What's good? What's good? Y'all gotta let me know if this microphone is coming in clear, if it's crackling a little bit. And today is the first day I will be streaming on 3 sources right now: Mic Drop Barbecue, J Watts TV, and also Facebook. So let me go over to Facebook to make sure I can get on there. Let me open this up real quick. Oh yeah, I see it right here. Let me change it to public. They always have it locked on Facebook, so I gotta jump over there, turn it to public real quick. All right, now we're live. We're live. And for the first time, like I said, I'm actually on J Watts TV. What up, Belliano? My man Logan out there doing it big, man. What up, King James? Man, let me know if this microphone is coming in clear so we can get it going. Because if not, you know what I do? I got to back out a little bit, come back in, and get it started right. So you turn that music down a little bit. Okay, I see where it's saying comments can post to some destinations. All good. All right, Darius, appreciate you, brother. My man, Super D in the building. So what I got to do is I always check first to make sure before we get going. So when you guys give me the green light, I'm in. All right. Porfirio, what's good? What's good? All right, man. It's been a crazy couple of days out in these streets. Like I'm saying, Uber and Lyft are fighting to keep drivers on the platform. And I dropped that video showing you guys. They're saying that drivers are now being paid more than what I think a lot of people are getting upgrades because there's no way they're selling black SUV at this low of a price. They're classifying them as black SUV just because they know I won't take it otherwise. So I'm like, yeah, exactly. Barbecue and TV live. So I'm like, man, and it was a good night. You know what I'm saying? It was a good night. And I was one of those drivers that I knew I wasn't going to be out that late or that early. So I said, let me go out a little later. So I slept in, got up late, got all my stuff done, finally went out there. Each night I made about $350 each night. And I was just cruising, doing easy work. It was not hard at all because I had private clients linked in there. Once you get those private clients linked in, the apps are like a second thought. It's risk that you don't want to be involved in, people you don't want to deal with sometimes. You got your private clients, you know how they are. I'm doing consultations now. I've done 2. I got 1 more to go. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but things popped up to where he couldn't be ready. So it's like, don't worry about it. We'll get it together. So we're going to rebook that one. But for so far, and I check on my people, after their consultation, I check on them, make sure everything's all good. And he was like, man, your advice, it's paying off all. Because I told you, there's a lot of things that I do and don't say on these live streams for various reasons. Somebody today was trying to talk to me about, taxes because it's closer to 15. I don't do tax discussions on the internet. That's in public. Your taxes should be done in private. Don't ever, because whatever you type, if they, capture that in a screenshot, they could use that against you in court because you said it and you typed it. Always talk taxes with a tax consultant behind closed doors. You don't have to do it online with everybody watching your tax situation. I don't do that. So make sure that does anybody here not trust Keep It Tax? I know I don't even deal with them, man. I don't deal with no taxes at all, none. Because, like I said, the 5th Amendment gives you the right to remain silent. So if you don't say anything about anything, they can't use anything against you. If you freely provide information and give up information to the public, I mean, you're basically saying, okay, cool. And that's it. That's it, man. All right, cool. Go get that money, Greg. Go get that money. What up, Triple E? He said, I'm down in Tarpon Springs eating Greek food. Yeah, and like I said, this live stream won't be that long today. I know DIMZ, she's supposed to get on and tell you guys something really important. DIMZ Dallas, she's got something really important to tell you guys. And hopefully she gets a chance to get on it. Once she gets online, I'll drop a link for her so she can get on and tell you, because I told her I want her to tell it. This is something that she discovered, so I need her to tell it. She discovered it. I'm going to let her do the breaking news. Because, man, and trust me, it's going to put money in your pocket. Whenever you come to the barbecue, I'm working on something to put money in your pocket. And I got a big job just showed up at the house today. Oh, she's here. Okay. She in the building. Hey, I'm going to drop this link for you because I just got a job showed up in the driveway. So for the next couple of days, I'll be trying to earn this $800 because I got a car just showed up. It needs struts on it and it needs some lower control arms. I was like, cool, just drop it off at the house. I'll get to it. So y'all know me. I got multiple income streams in multiple baskets. This is what I do all the time. I tell people, if you put all your money on Uber and Lyft and Uber and Lyft deactivate you, you're screwed. If your car breaks down and all you got is car, you're screwed. I'm one of those people. I got different income streams coming from all different directions because that's how you got to be. I promote that on this channel. I'll open your brain to see the potential and possibility of that on this channel. I'll let you know how to make money using your skills so you're in control of your income. Once you let somebody else control your income, you're at their mercy right now. So, and this channel is just proof that, hey, the world is yours if you're willing to sacrifice, risk, and go out and go get it. Let me see if I can open this. Okay, invite guests. Bam. I'm gonna get you in here, DIMZ. I'm gonna get you in here. If you got any loud stuff in the background, you might want to get to a more quiet area. Let me open this for you, Rico. All right, there you go. Okay, I just dropped. Oh man, it popped up on JWatch TV too. Where am I streaming from? Like which one? Well, whatever it is, I'm streaming from StreamYard, man. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, brother. Man. Hey, it helps me, man. Real talk, Greg. Because like I said, YouTube, they take a little cut of everything we do. But what you don't realize is that when people super chat and when people support and help this channel, it shows YouTube that I'm doing a good job. And when YouTube sees me doing a good job and YouTube saying, hey, wait a minute, this guy, he's got supporters, like he's got a real strong channel. They spread the channel. They put it out there. When people can't find channel support, like you are helping me in more ways than what you think. You're helping me not only keep the lights on in this place, but you're helping me with the algorithm. You're helping YouTube see me as something valuable enough that people will actually support it. And they will push and promote it because YouTube gets paid when you do a super chat or you do a super thanks on a video. YouTube also gets paid. And that's what YouTube is here for. They want to be paid. So you're helping me in so many ways, brother, so many ways. So thank you, Greg, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But I'm about to bring DIMZ on the mic because she's got something very important to tell you guys. Let me turn the music down a little bit. She has something very important to tell y'all. Listen close to what this lady is saying. She found something a while back. And I said, well, she said, Jeff, I want you to tell this. And I'm like, no, you know what? Get some stuff together. I need you to present this. You did all of the footwork for it. You deserve the credit for it. I need you to tell it. So here she go right here, y'all. Hold up for a second. What's good, woman? What's good?
What is good, you guys? What is up? Y'all have to excuse me. I'm rushing. I stay booked and busy. How about that? We're going to stay booked and busy.
I'm telling you, you out there getting it.
Yes, I'm in my wheelchair van. I just got my little person dropped off, and I'm headed to go swap cars out to go pick somebody else up and get them taken to a concert. So,
okay.
So
you got the van and you got the beamer now. So you got the van and the beamer you're running. 2 streams of income. Both. I'm telling you, look at it. 2 streams of income. She's diversifying, y'all.
Yes. I mean, yes, it's the best way to be. He ain't lying. So, I was laughing because I said, you are the hardest nut to crack. Because when I first came across that information and I reached out to you, he was like, girl, go somewhere. You tripping. No. And I was like, no. And then I came back and I was like, no, but it's this number right here. It's not right. He was like, did you check here? Did you check there? Did you check this? Did you check that? Did you include this? Did you include that? And I'm like, well, let me go back to the drawing board. Let me look. And I looked and I'm like, nah, this stuff ain't hitting right. And so finally, I just was like, okay, police, FBI, CIA, I need the bomb squad because it's going down. At this point right here, it's going down. They owe me money. I need everybody. Military.
And I'm gonna tell everybody what she's saying is exactly how it went. Because in corporate America, we are told to check, triple check, double check, because she had something very important to share with the rideshare community. I mean, more important than what anything you've ever heard of, in my opinion. And I said, make sure you check. If you want to put this out, make sure can't nobody come back on us. Check, triple check, get everything done. She did all her work. So I'm like, you need to tell everybody this is going down. This is real. Tell everybody. So this is about Uber and Lyft and what people get paid versus what they tell you what they paid you. I'm going to let her tell you the story.
So what happened was I was getting my documents together to get ready to go file my taxes, right? And I pulled up my 1099K form and I looked at the numbers and I said, well, this doesn't look right. I remember vividly looking at the app to see what my earnings were for the year, and it didn't show that amount. And so I was like, something's not right here. And I think that's when I reached out to you the first time. Yeah. And you were like, yeah. So you need to, check, like, do your research.
Yeah,
and basically,
we talked
like,
about fees. We was talking about everything. Fees. I said, make sure these fees are not in there. Okay, make sure these are not there. Okay, make sure about this time. Okay, we was checking everything. She was going through it like a fine-tooth comb. Keep going.
Indeed. And so finally, I looked at it and I said, okay, I came up with the numbers. And when I say I went through that app with a fine-tooth comb, like he said, I did. I'm talking about I was down to the penny. And if I seen a penny missing, I would go find it. Literally, I sat hours researching through there looking to find the money. And so I ultimately finding the money. So according to the 1099K form, it said that I earned around 15,000 some odd dollars. I don't know the exact number, and I don't got the paperwork on me right now. It's over at my office. But it was around 15,000 something dollars, and I was just like, well, the app said I earned 13,000. So there's a discrepancy right there. So then I went into the app and looked at it day for day, ride for ride. I actually sat down and created spreadsheets, and Jeff was laughing at me about that too. He's like, "This girl done went and made spreadsheets on that."
You was getting it in, though. You was getting it in.
He was like, "What about this?"
You was like, I'm finding everything. I'm telling you, you was like an auditor. You was.
I was like, penny for penny, where's that, man? I'm missing something right here. So, and anyway, after going through all of that, I went and I doubled down, and I went into my email and pulled up weekly earning reports. And once I pulled up those weekly earning reports that they email, I went through and I calculated it out, and then I compared it to the spreadsheet that I created. And once I saw that what I was paid on my weekly earnings equaled what was on the spreadsheet amount, which was not the amount that was on that 1099K form.
Exactly.
And so at that point, I was like, police, FBI, military.
Hey, you started emailing me. You was emailing me every government office out there. I was like, wait a minute.
He's like, what is she doing? I'm like, nah, and I was serious about it too. So I immediately went and I reached out to Lyft through the driver support. I reached out to them and I said, listen, can you please send me a corrected 1099K form? And we went back and forth about it. So then I started dropping them screenshots. Like, no, this is not matching. This is not matching. This is not matching. Send me a corrected 1099K form because I got to pay taxes on that. Yep. And so their response was, what we sent you is correct. That's all I needed you to say. I just need something from you in writing. That's it. That's all. I'm not going to go any further with this conversation. I ended the chat with them, and I immediately called the IRS. Jeff was laughing at me at that too. He's like, I don't deal with no IRS. I'm like, I ain't scared of the popo, man.
And I was telling you, I'm like, the steps you taking right now is why I was scared to put information out earlier when you first told me, because there was so much more to it. Once you started getting everything in writing from Lyft, what they were saying, getting things from the IRS, getting things from government officials, I'm like, now we're getting something solid that can't nobody go backwards and say we didn't do our due diligence. Everything I said, you said, I already did that. I did this. I did that. Let me go do that real quick. There was no bases missed. She touched first, second, third, home.
Like, literally. So I called the IRS and I reported it to them, and they were just like floored. They were like, well, we don't even really know what to do about this situation. Let's schedule you an appointment to come in and speak with someone. And I was like, okay. So they scheduled me an appointment. I went in, they scheduled me the appointment. I was like, okay, I got off the phone with the IRS because the representative that I was speaking to with the IRS was like, well, you need to file a complaint with the United States Labor Board. And I was like, okay, when I get off the phone with you, I'm going to call them too. And so I got off the phone with the IRS. I called the United States Labor Board. Department of Labor, United States Department of Labor.
Everybody, I hope you guys are writing this down. I hope everybody's writing this down, what she's saying. Like, I'm serious. Y'all listening right now, but you don't understand how much money she's about to make you. Be writing this down. She started her first steps by going through her 1099 and going against the Lyft payments. She did that. Write that step down. contact Lyft, tell them to send a corrected 1099 if they don't want you to pay taxes on it. If they say no, that's what you get, and you gotta, okay, that's all you need to get from Lyft. Now you have that. Then you go to the IRS. Then you start on your next step now.
So now I called the U.S. Department of Labor. And when I spoke with the U.S. Department of Labor, they were like, well, unfortunately, ma'am, you're going to have to file your taxes based on what Lyft reported to the IRS on 1099. And I was like, okay. And they were like, well, you need to go down to the local workforce commission and
Texas
go file.
Workforce Commission right here.
Correct. Go file your missing wage claim because they are obligated to pay you any earnings that they reported that they stated you earned.
And I got that on my screen right now. The Texas Workforce Acknowledgement Notice. That's what she sent right there. So the workforce will be on your side with this. Trust me. Listen to what she's saying. Y'all, a lot of people listen to these podcasts and they don't realize what we're doing. I'm an accountant. This is what we do. We do business. When you're dealing with business people who do business, you're going to win every time. You're not an employee. She did business level work to the point where it paid off in a major way. So after you talked to the Texas workforce, what happened after the Texas workforce?
So after I went to the Texas workforce, the first time I went, I didn't fill my paperwork out correctly, and they denied the claim.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I don't understand. Well, I missed one step, which was finding my signature at the bottom of the page. And so I was like, okay, well, let me resubmit. So I resubmitted the documentation again. And once I submitted that documentation that second time, that's when they went ahead and they proceeded with the process and moved forward with the work claim, request. Yep. All in all, the total amount of earnings that Lyft owes me is $2,500.59.
$2,500 she made. 25 because Lyft reported on the 1099K that she made $2,500 more than what all her pay from the app said and what all her bank statement said. And that's why I was like, make sure you got this right, because Lyft has to now cut her a check for that. If they don't cut her a check for that, she can go to court. And now she can get court costs, damages, interest, penalties. That $2,500 can turn into $12,000 real quick.
Like really quickly. But even if you read the bottom of that form, this is what the key is about going through the workforce commission. Once the state goes after them, they're obligated to pay you, right? Yep. And if they don't pay you, the state will file a lien against.
They get a judgment against them.
And they will literally put a lien in your name against the company. How this hurts the company is when it comes time for them to have to show their financials for stock purposes, they're going to see these names pop up with liens against them. So that pushes them into a position of, we need to cut the check, so we don't want no smoke.
We did 300. And I'm going to tell you, if everybody did exactly what she's saying, audit your taxes, your 1099 against everything you got in your bank and what the app says they paid you, there will be so many liens against this company, so many liens. I'm talking about tens of thousands of liens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of liens. And they're going to be like, wait a minute, you owe all this money to all of these people because they're putting on your 1099, they paid you 10 grand, but all your bank statements only show 7. You got to pay taxes on that 10 grand. And the state and the IRS says, if they say you made 10 grand, they have to pay you 10 grand because we're going to tax you on 10 grand. So Lyft now got to cover that variance now. They can't prove that they really paid you that because you got all the proof of what you've been paid. There are no extra fees that were hidden. There's nothing you missed. Like I said, she went through everything with a fine-tooth comb. They did not pay her what they said on that 1099. So where is that money? Did somebody else get it? Did somebody else, an employee, swindle it? Did they embezzle it? Where's the money? We don't know. So but they gotta cut a check to her. We don't know
where it's at. So I mean, I'm just gonna be honest when I say I've done the footwork for you guys. I've laid down the blueprint, right? Yep. Because I've already made the IRS aware. I filed it's called a 3949A form, which I put it in writing. and I filed a complaint with the IRS regarding the fact that they have inflated driver earnings on 1099K forms, that the drivers out here are obligated to pay taxes on those wages that they reported. So I filed a claim against them with the IRS. I doubled down and went and filed a claim against them with the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor. I did with I filed with the Attorney General. With the workforce, I filed a complaint with the Attorney General, Texas Attorney General. So the Texas, we set up here at this point. If you're in Texas and you want your money, go get your money. The only thing that you need to do is go file at the Texas workforce, go file a wage claim. You need to go to your email, pull up all of your earnings reports for the entire year of 2024, each week's earnings report, and your 1099K form. And if you want to double down, screenshot that your wages for the end of the year in the app, and you're going to submit all of your supporting documentation. You can fax it over to them and submit your claim. And Jeff says it all the time. There's no excuse. Don't limit yourself with excuses by saying, oh, well, I don't have a printer. Oh, I don't have internet. You can go to your workforce commission. They have computers there. They have printers there. So you can screenshot your earnings statement in your phone and send it to yourself in an email. When you go to the workforce commission, you can pull up your email. You can pull up those wage earning reports for the year. You can print those out right there at your workforce commission, and you can do all of that for free. So there's no excuse on why you would not go get your money. And I'm gonna put it to you like this right here. It'll take you maybe an hour and a half of your time to go down to the workforce commission, get on the computer, print your stuff out, fill your paperwork out, and fax it off. Now, an hour and a half of your time, and you just made $2,000, $2,500.
$2 G's an hour. Yep.
You're sitting up here and you're complaining. Don't go and complain and say, "Oh, I need to go make money. I gotta be on this app." Is the app gonna pay you $2,000? Is it gonna pay you $2,500 for an hour and a half of your time?
They swiping it from you. That's what they doing. They're not paying it to you. They swiping it from you.
Exactly.
And that's why I wanted you to come on.
The reason why.
People need to hear this. Yeah. I was like, people need to hear this. People gotta hear this. I'm like, this is way too important. So what is that?
Yes. Don't let that be the reason why you don't go get your money.
Yeah.
Those,
and it's too, like you said, a lot of people are going to make excuses.
I'm sorry, guys. I had a call.
Oh, you good? Yeah, a lot of people will try to make excuses. They be like, "Oh, well, I can't. I don't got." And next thing, $2,500 is out of your hand. It could be $3,000 more. It could be $4,000. You don't know until you start comparing documents with what you got paid. And once you see that variance, because Lyft said they gave you that and they put that on the 1099, they owe you that. You have to be paid that. And if you don't, just imagine everybody want to go out and protest. Everybody want to go out and protest and do this. Imagine a protest being all of these liens filed against Lyft, all of these liens filed against Uber. What if that's the kind of protest we're talking about? When they say, you know what, just think of how many drivers, and let's average each person's going to get about 3 G's back. That many drivers times 3 G's, they're obligated to pay, and it's a lien of that amount sitting on them now. They got to report that. That's federal reporting. They have to report that they shorted all these drivers, and that's only for 1 year. Now imagine doing it every year you've driven Lyft or Uber. Imagine it. That's all that money going to come back to you, and the state says, well, if you said they made that much and you didn't pay them that much, then you need to pay them that much. She did all the footwork for y'all right there. I wanted her to drop it right here on the channel. I'm like, you got to tell everybody this. There's no turning back. No turning back.
There's no turning back at this point now, because now they have a lot of eyes on them. They have this, they have the labor board's eyes on them. And I even filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, right? And so now they have to answer the Better Business Bureau as well. And I didn't send you over that. I'll send you over that copy of that, Jeff, where the Better Business Bureau accepted the claim against them. and I put in writing like they're inflating these prices and they owe me a refund. You will select refund. I want a refund of my money. So
yeah,
you gonna go and give it to me. You gonna have to go and give it to me. And a lot of different people are not gonna be saying the same thing when it comes down to that.
Yeah, and have proof of it. Everybody's got to have proof of a concrete evidence where Lyft can't come back and say nothing sideways. All Lyft can come back and say is that's what we paid you. That's all they can say. You're like, okay, thanks. That's all I need to know.
That's it. That's how, because I mean, I came with them with so many receipts that it was no denying it. With that 1099K form, those weekly earning statements, you can't deny it. You can't sit up and say, oh, well, no, there's a mistake there. It's a fee. I'm not accepting that. It's a fee. Yep. I'm not finna pay you no commission like that after I've already paid you that. I even found a consumer complaint against Lyft as well, a consumer complaint, because of the fact that they consider us consumers just like they consider passengers consumers.
Yep, we're customers for them. Yep.
We're customers just as well. And I stated that in my complaint to the Consumer Credit Bureau that they consider drivers customers. And as a customer, they're cheating me. They're cheating me, but they're cheating hundreds of thousands of drivers as well by inflating their wages. And where did the money go? Like Jeff said, where did that money go? Did you steal it in tips and forget that you took that up off me and you forgot to go correct your paperwork? Like those are the questions that I was submitting in documentation. Where's the money? I even filed, like I said, I filed the complaint with the FBI as well as with the IRS. And in the IRS complaint, I put in there embezzlement, because you're embezzling dollars, because what you're doing is you're stating that you didn't earn a certain amount. And what you did was you put it off as the driver earned it, but then you pocketed the cash. That's embezzlement.
Yep, exactly. Because it should have a paper trail of everywhere where any dime they got from a customer who was a rider, it has to be tracked. And if they're saying we got it and we ain't got it, what are you talking about? Then it went somewhere. So where did it go? You got to answer to that. And if they say, oh, we can't prove where it went, now what do they got to do? Okay, we'll just cut you a check for it. That's how we're going to make it right. We'll just cut you a check for it. Because they're saying we're earners. We earned all of that. Therefore, we want to see that money. We want to see it. So I'm telling you, man, you dropping a bomb on everybody today. And I hope they're really realizing the power of what you're saying. A lot of people watch a lot of podcasts and they, it's kind of over their head sometimes. It's like out of reach for them mentally because there's so much work involved. You did all the work for them. You've done it all. All they got to do is say, let me write it down. Let me write down exactly what she did. These are the steps I need to do. They don't have to ask nothing. Just play back the live stream. She told you everything. And that's how it got there.
That's it. That's all. You're going to pull and print out your 1099K form. You're going to go to your email, print out your weekly earning statements from January, the first week of January to the last week of December. You're going to screenshot your earnings in the app for the year. You go to the Texas Workforce Commission or your local workforce commission. You file your missing wage claim. You fax over all of that documentation to your workforce commission. That's it.
Yep. And a lot of people call it the labor board or labor commissions, workforce commissions, whatever it is in your state. That's who you need to file that, because it's missing wages. They're missing wages. If they say they paid it to us, they owe it to us. So I'm glad you came on and you let everybody know and you dropped it, because I was like, I know I got a lot of stuff to do today, but we got to get you on a podcast. You have to tell people, you got to let people know. And I could have said something a long time ago from everything you was telling me, but I'm like, you are the source. You walk that walk. So you need to come on here and talk that talk. You got to let people know. It's like, I appreciate it.
Did put in that work. I put in work for y'all, you guys. I mean, I was crying. I was frustrated. You don't even understand how frustrated I was, because I was like, this can't be. And then as I was going over my numbers, like literally, I was on the phone with my dad. I said, Dad, I'm missing 39 cents. He's like, what? And I'm like, I'm missing 39 cents. I was like, my stuff, they see one mistake of all the mistakes that they've made, they will overlook it. But if they see one mistake on my behalf, they're gonna say, "Oh, her stuff isn't right." No. If she made one mistake, then there's probably a ton. So I was like, I'm missing 39 cents, and I went through it, and I went back through it and through it until I found that 39. I said, "Oh, I found it, Daddy. It's right here." I was so happy.
Oh yeah, man! I'm telling you, and that's what it is. Cross all your T's, dot all your I's, because they're gonna come for you in an integrity sense. Oh, her numbers aren't there. Her numbers have no integrity. Your numbers, and even with the write-outs, you sent me all like the photos you were sending of everything. All your numbers linked. They all match. There's not a cent off. I was like, this girl, man.
And the IRS was like, the exact words when I went and sat down and talked with them at the IRS about it, and I dropped all my documentation on them as well. When I sat down in their office, the representative was like, numbers don't lie, people do. And
yep.
That's exactly what she said. And she was just like, these numbers don't lie.
And that's what I wanted. Yeah, and that's why I wanted you to make sure that, because I was even asking yourself, are you sure it's not fees from withdrawals? Even though fees from withdrawals are not going to equal $2,500. But we had to make sure even those little fees were taken. He's like, nope, I've taken that into account. I've looked at this. I've looked at that. All of this stuff is taken into account. I'm like, oh, because I'm going to have to interrogate you before you go to these people, because these people going to really try to make you look bad.
So, he was interrogating. Boys, I'm talking about, he had the flashlight on me like, what?
That's why I wanted to be an attorney. I love mock trials, because in mock trials, it's like the great debaters. I gotta treat it like you really at the spot, and I don't want you to walk in there without your all ducks in a row. So I'm gonna have to give it to you hard. And all of a sudden, you're like, okay, I'm ready for him. Like, go. She hit the FBI, IRS, the work. She was hitting everybody, and couldn't nobody say nothing. Nobody could say nothing. It's like, I got it all lined up. There's nothing, no T hasn't been crossed. It's all lined up. And that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Brian D, for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, but like I said, I hope all drivers really take this serious. This woman did work to make money. We all talk about how Lyft and Uber are cheating us. We all see people doing settlements out there, and Lyft got a $2 million settlement. DoorDash has a $16 million settlement. She did her own settlement. Her own. She ain't got to sit around and wait for them to say, hey, we're going to give you $500 extra. She knows exactly how much. You owe me $2,500, not $5. Oh, we're going to give every driver a $500 check. No, you're going to give me $2,500. That's what you're going to do.
And 59 cents.
Yeah, 59 cents.
And 59 cents.
Give me that 59 cents.
Yeah, I want it all. I every single penny, I want it all. And the thing about it is, you guys, this is saving you legal fees. This is saving you arbitration time. You're going straight to the source. Go to your labor board, your workforce commission. It's just taking some of your time.
I love it. Because, and that's what we about over here. You know what I'm saying? Just putting in the work, doing it yourself, overcoming that obstacle yourself. And you went through all those obstacles. Like I said, you shortcut it, because the average person wouldn't even know what to do. They wouldn't know where to start. You gave them the playbook on how to get their money out of Lyft and out of Uber if it's on their 1099. If you got shorted on your 1099 and you looking at your bank account going, man, she just gave you the playbook. She gave you the playbook.
And the most important thing that I want to let you guys know is you have only until June 27th to go file your claim. So
June the 27th.
June the 27th of this year to go file your claim, because anytime you file a missing wage claim, you only have 180 days. So I've even went and counted out your 180 for you.
Yep.
So
yep.
I'm like, you have until June. That's the last business day, because at the 180th day, it falls on a weekend. So you want to make sure you're in that window. So June 27th, by June 27th, you need to have that claim filed, because at that point, the Workforce Commission can't do anything about it. They only give you 180 days to
and that's basically. And that's 6 months. That's 6 months from the time you get your W-2, theoretically. You get your W-2, they're giving you 6 months to say, okay, you shorted me on my W-2, which is actually like 2 months after you're supposed to file your taxes. So it's like almost like an amendment return you'll be going for at that point. So,
Correct.
like I said, 180 days, you guys got to go get that money. If it's 25, it could be 3,500. You don't even know till you start looking at how much they shorted you by. You have no idea.
Question that bothers my mind because, you know, I do a lot of when I first started talking about this, people were laughing at me. They're like, oh, all you made was that little amount. Yeah, I'm glad that I made that little amount on their app because that means that I made that much more money doing private rides.
Exactly.
That's where my money came from. I got out here and I hustled and made my own. Yeah, I earned what you earned off that app, but I did it using less of my time and less of my energy, less wear and tear on my car and maintenance on my car doing it.
And that 2,500, that's what that is. That's maintenance. That's a new set of tires. Plus that's all your oil changes and trims. 2,500. Imagine what you spend in a year on maintenance. That is a year's worth of maintenance they just stole away from you. And now you got to dig in your pocket and pay with money that they didn't steal when really it's been sitting there the whole time.
Yes. And to these individuals that really actually do this like real full time where you're out there for 12 and 15 hours a day and you earn 50, 60,000 on the app, I guarantee they probably said you earned about 80. So if you really only earned 50 or 60,000 for the year, and they reported that you earned 80, you just hit a $30,000 payday.
Like that. 30 G's, 30, what you can probably pay your vehicle off or go invest in another one. Say, I want to trade this one in anyway. And they was telling me I need 15 grand down. Now I got the 15 grand down plus 15 back in the bank. Go get a new car now. Now you're cool. I wanted that black SUV.
Those individuals that made a lot of money and had 1099Ks that had very high, extremely high earnings, I guarantee there's about
discrepancies. Yeah.
A real huge discrepancy. So those are the individuals that I would really be like, hold on, let me go double check. Because I mean 30,000,
yeah, exactly. Because even with that 30 G's, like I said, you might have a car that, you know, it's at a point where the engine or transmission may need to be replaced anyways. That right there gets that into a shop, gets you exactly what you want. And now you're back at square one again with a new, instead of getting a whole new car, you got a new engine, new transmission. It only costs you like 12 grand. Now you like, man, instead of going out taking a $60,000 loan, I got 12 G's from that big discrepancy. I dropped it right into the car. I'm back at square one again. Private rides and man.
Those ones that are renting cars from Lyft and Uber, you are definitely the ones that really need to be looking at your 1099K form because, baby, let me tell you, I know that they done inflated y'all's earnings, and with the money that you get from that, go buy you a car.
Exactly.
And throw their stuff back.
This is huge for renters out there. I ain't got enough money. Go through your 1099s in your bank. I've been renting this car for so long. They've been ripping you off. Guarantee there's discrepancies in there. If you rent a car, like you said, this whole message is for you. This whole live stream is for you. Go out there and that's your down payment to get out of renting right there. It's like, man. What Billy said, I drove on the apps and made 60K last year and it only took 70 hours a day and 120,000 miles on my car. Exactly. That's what them pigeons be driving. I made 60K, but I drove 120,000 miles. It's like, man, you probably got a spare dollar out there. Go get your $1 from Lyft. No, but yeah, like I said, I knew I was like the more, and we've been going through this for a long time.
When you get off this live or YouTube, you can still watch. You can still look right now. You can watch the live and you can look in your app real quickly and look at your end of year earnings. If you don't know how to get to your end of year earnings, you're going to go into your earnings for the day. Click on that tab. You're going to click on the year 2024. Or you're going to click on year. So you're going to see 22, 23, 24, 25. You're going to click on year. You're going to click on 2024. And that number that pops up right there on the under 2024, that is what your app earnings are for the year. That's what it says it is roughly in there for the year. Then you go look in your app and look at your 1099K form. If those two numbers don't match, just right off top, you know that they owe you some money. Go print out this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it takes about not even 5 minutes. 2-3 minutes to just check, because if you see that those numbers are not matching, that end of year earning is not matching with that 1099K form, you know what time it is.
They did something. They up to something. And a lot of people, what they're doing is they're going to their bank accounts and seeing all their Lyft and Uber payments and extracting those. Those should actually match your app. If they don't even match your app, you know, they went back. Like, people could probably be adding tips and everything and adding tips later, but yet they don't never pay them to you. They just show a tip was paid, but you never got it. One guy even said he saw a tip in the app for $20, but he went to his wallet and it wasn't in his wallet. He's like, so it's showing 20 on the app, but it's not in my wallet. So they're showing numbers on your screen that ain't even going to your bank account. And they're like, oh,
that's
yeah,
why I ran the numbers. You're telling the truth. It was the month of February. The month of February showed that I earned one amount, but then when I went and I checked it, I was like, oh, this is off by $36. I need you to rent me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
like,
then
where's the money at?
Where is it at? And then on one of my days, and this was on December the 10th, it showed that I earned in the app, it showed that I earned $155. But I was only paid like $130 something. So there was a shortage right there. And when I saw that shortage, I said, oh, you shorted me on that day too. I need you to run it to me too. Mm-hmm. So, oh Jesus. So for everything that I saw, every day that I saw that I was shorted, I put it on that request. So, you know, if you know for a fact that, hey, I remember back in June of last year, I had a tip and it didn't never show up, you better put that on that missing wage claim for the end of the year earnings and get your money.
Yep. And like I said, a lot of people out there, they think that this is a lot of work. She's done all the work for you already. Right now, it's just you going and making your claim. That's all the work you got to do. You don't have to do the research for it. If you were on this live stream, this is why I wanted to bring her on so bad. I kept saying, I got some privates I got to do. I'm like, I need you on a live stream. I got shit to do, Jeb. I'm like, trust me, everybody needs to hear this. I kept saying, people need to hear this. I'm like, they need to hear this because you was dropping it. So I'm like, man, I'm so glad. Yeah. But that's what we do at the 300. Yeah,
I couldn't focus on nothing but that. It was just like you said, I was like a computer or something. I was just like,
You was out there. The IRS was like, wait a minute, this lady is way too smart. Like, wait, what are you doing? Like, are you an accountant? Like, you might as well call me one, damn it. I'm on this. I got spreadsheets and everything going.
I was staying up like all night. I was pulling all-nighters looking at numbers. I was looking at numbers till I couldn't see. And I was telling my dad, I was just crying. I said, Daddy, my head is hurting. All these numbers.
That was my life for like 20 years. I know that was my life for 20 years. I was going blind looking at screens and numbers all the time. Like, dude, I can't even see straight. My eyes are going across trying to see this shit. I'm rubbing my eyes and everything at work. Like, man, but that's what you was going, and you did it.
I know that for everybody. Rip me off, and now I'm gonna need you to run it back to me. So it was just like that. Adrenaline was rushing through my veins. It was like, I don't want to sleep. I don't want to eat. I stayed locked up in my office for days.
Yeah, and seeing people, they think, you know, this is a game until they see that. When they see that actual check and that thing, because like I said, I got the letter here from the Texas workforce acknowledging the fact that you were right and Lyft does have to pay you that amount. I got the letter. Now, when Lyft pays that money to you, then people say, oh, shit, I need to do it. Do it now, like she says. Research, go into your app. Look at your 1099. Go into your bank statement. Research now. Don't wait till she gets paid. She already told you. Like I said, I got the letter. We can verify everything we're saying right now in real time. So as soon as you sit up there and be like, oh man, I waited too long. She told you it was only 180 days.
Don't wait till your car break down and you try to figure out how to come up with some money, or you need to go get a tire. Don't wait till then, and then it'd be too late. And you be hollering with the man. I'm trying to figure out how to come up with some money right quick.
Exactly.
It's too late. It's too late.
You got 3G sitting there waiting on you, $3,000 sitting there, but you ain't even try to claim it. File that wage claim form.
20 bands waiting on y'all.
Yeah. We're gonna see a whole bunch of motherfucking drivers on. They're gonna be holding all the monies like they be doing them rappers be doing. You're gonna see a bunch of Make it rain.
Yeah,
I'll make it rain. Go see all drivers with cigars and shit. Like, yeah, mink coats on. We got that bag. We hit a lick. Hit that lift lick.
Yes, like real life. I mean, it's not a game. I send over that paperwork. Like, I'll send over. I'm when I tell you, I was serious. The FBI,
Oh yeah, lady, you did great. You jammed. You did great. You did great.
I so much paperwork. It's just like, so they should be expecting it to come down the pipeline. And one thing about them is they don't want all of this to hit out in the atmosphere. So they're gonna just quietly cut you a check.
Oh yeah. That's why I was like, no, you know how we do. We bring all the smoke over here. I'm like, you need to get on the barbecue with this. Get everybody paid. He was like, give me some time. Hold on. I was like, sure. Like, because can't nobody say nothing sideways. No other channel, nobody can say nothing sideways. You've done all the work. Can't nobody, oh yeah, well, they're saying you can file a wage claim. You can't. Oh, and trust me, we got all the acknowledgement letters. We got everything over here. So can't nobody say what she's saying is false. Everything she's saying is 100% across the board.
It's in black and white. In corporate world, they say if it's not in black and white, then it doesn't exist. Well, here's your black and white.
There it is. I say it all the time. If it ain't on paper, that's why you don't see me paying for a car in cash. I need that on writing. Put that car. If I buy a car for 50 grand and I got 50 grand, I'm gonna give you 25 grand down. Put it on paper. Then I'm gonna bring you the other 25 grand. I need to see it on paper. It's like, don't have a phantom transaction. I want to see this on paper. Put this somewhere, man.
Real life shit.
Yeah, you jam. Now, a lot of people may not know who you are. Now, what people got to realize, she has her own ride service app. She's got her own, had it for about a year now. You've been running your own ride service app.
Right now I'm in beta testing of the system because I don't want to put out a system that's glitching. Yeah. So and things like that, because you lose customer interest, you lose driver interest. So right now I'm beta testing my system out currently, which it's gonna be hitting the market. Like right now we're in test mode in Apple and in Google. So I'm in test mode off in Apple and Google right now. We're testing that. I got meetings with my development team. He reached out to me today, like, can I get a meeting? I'm like, damn, okay, baby. Like, I'm boots on ground. Like, I'm out here getting it. Like, I got contracts and different things like that. And, I love to share my testimony because I started out riding, as a driver with the Honda Odyssey.
Mm-hmm. I remember you told me about that.
Honda Odyssey. And I done graduated from a Honda Odyssey to I have a wheelchair accessible vehicle. I have a new boy BMW X7 big boy truck, and I got an office. I be tripped out every time I walk into go to my office building. I be tripped out because I'm like, damn, I got an office, me for real. Like, who would have thought?
I'm telling you, this is a development channel. When I met you, you didn't have the office. You only had the X7. And even since I met you, you have been doing nothing but developing, growing each time. The more we talk, the more I see you out there making different moves. And a lot of people, they drive on these apps. They just want to drive better on Uber, better on Lyft. I'm like, use Uber and Lyft.
It's not going to get better. You use it as a footstool and you keep it pushing. I mean, I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, I have my regulars. The work that I do, especially with the wheelchair accessible van, it's not meant for everybody. But when I go pull a ride and I just made $140 and I went about 7 miles.
There you go. You start lining them up. You start lining them up. And next thing you know, you end up, while you doing privates, you hire a driver to go make the 140. And you say, because it's my van and everything else, I'll give you X amount of dollars per mile because it's my van and you just filling in for me. I'm not going to give you the 140, but I'll give you something. And that's it. And you're basically creating your own business. You're creating all your own money right now. You're creating everything.
My own revenue. Like, I mean, I've gotten connected with, dialysis centers. You got people that go to dialysis. That's guaranteed money every week coming into my pocket. My little lady, she lives 3 miles away from the dialysis center. And she pays $50 a day just to go 3 miles there, 3 miles back. Literally, that's guaranteed 3 times a week.
Yep.
I got it in consistency. I want to preach consistency. When people are seeing you show up every time on time, they're like, hold on, this person's there. They don't never picking this person up. The staff will start calling you like, hey, call this person right here. So now I have 3 nursing facilities. I have dialysis centers. I got hotels on deck. I got a contract with Texas Children's Health with the entire state of Texas.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
It's about consistency. You got to stay consistent. If you putting in that energy on these apps, you put that same energy into yourself, and the sky is the limit.
And I'm gonna tell you guys a hack. I'm gonna tell you guys a hack that I told all the drivers at PAX last week, because like I said, I was at a PAX meeting last week and we're trying to get those drivers situated and get them at. But what I told people, when you're out, and everybody on the barbecue right now listening, not only did she drop jewels for you about that and tell you about contracts, I ended up linking up with a lady who has an Airbnb out here. The people, when you're dropping off somebody at an Airbnb, give them your card, cool, no problem. But ask them, whose house is this? That's who you really want to talk to. Because that person's going to be able to put you on flyer. Because now I'm on the flyer. They got my number. When they're flying in and out, they contact me directly. I set my prices. I give Gabrielle a cut of the money and everything. And that's how we do it. So when you get in contact with the person who owns the Airbnb, that's where your client base is going to come from. It's cool to talk to the people at the Airbnb who are staying there, but they're only going to be there for a few days. You might not see them ever again. But the person that owns it, and see, that's what I tell folks, man. I'm trying to drop jewels for you guys on this channel, and I appreciate you guys supporting the content. I really do. And I'm doing everything I can do. I'm bringing in the best of the best. This woman right here, one of the best of the best. You see her on a lot of my clips where we be laughing and shit talking about block van.
In a heartbeat.
But it's like, she's one of the best when it comes to making this money. This girl, she can't be stopped. This lady, she knows how to, she's an investor. She buying her trucks. She's buying wheelchair accessible car. She bought the X7. She has an office when she's got to sit down, talk real business with people who want to sign major contracts. She's building her own app. We got business people over here, man. We don't have just a bunch of pigeons over here saying, well, I'm going to get $6 surge. Why get $6 surge? You can get 140 for 6 miles.
Real shit. Here's our child.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice out there. It's like cutting in and out because it was hooked to your car. It was hooked to your car, so it was cutting in and out.
Yeah, that's the office. They just pull up to the office, drop one car, pick up another one, zoom, baby, get money.
I'm saying pretty soon you're going to have 3 of those vans parked at the office with a little fleet of employees helping them, because not everybody has money, can go do that. But some people say, hey, can I just work for you for like 2 years? I need to work. And okay, I can provide you a job. These are the people who provide jobs in our economy right now. People like them. She comes in. She knows everybody can't just go around $30,000, $40,000 cash on them. So she says, I invest in all the equipment. I invest in the office. You work for me. I'll give you something that you can live on. I'll make sure you make a living. I'm not going to run you into the ground. That's how it should be when you're doing things. You want to give people opportunities enough to eat. You don't want no freeloaders out there thinking, well, I should get all the fare. This ain't even your car. Like, you ain't getting all the shit.
But you know what's hilarious is for my people that I do have driving for me currently, I do give them 100% of the fare.
That's good. That's good.
You know,
is it their own cars though? That's their own cars, right?
Yeah, the ones that have their own vehicle and they're driving their cars, I give them 100% of that fare, because I can't be there. Like, so I mean, I'm gonna have money anyway. So what do I look like saying, you know, I'm just fair like that. That's why my company's called Fair Share. You know, that's what I do. So that are out here driving, they have their vehicles, they go hit that up. I'm just, I reach out. I'm just like, when I hit you up, take the call,
Yeah.
Otherwise, I ain't gonna call you no more. I ain't got a problem with not calling, because I don't have a problem with telling somebody I'm booked and busy either.
That's right. That's right. I know she's in Dallas. That's what she's down in Texas. So that's why she's got the Texas workforce and everything. She's down in Texas. But yeah, like I said, you're one of those people who, even from the day we met, and I was seeing how you were doing business, even the way you were talking to Lyft inside of the chat, letting them know, I am an independent contractor. You will not do this, and you was setting them people straight. Y'all are employees of Lyft. I am an independent. I'm a boss. You're an employee. You don't talk to a boss like that. I'm making y'all money. Y'all eating off of me. And that's how you talk to them people. And I was like, man, this lady ain't no joke.
Well, I can't believe it. He used to tell me, talking about that's the reason why they treat you the way they treat you. Look how you talking to them folks.
Shit, you got to let them know you're an employee. I'm a boss. We ain't on the same level. You work for somebody. I work for myself. I'm out here to generate profits. You just making sure you're reliable enough to clock in every day. We on different levels.
That's how. Literally, I'm in that chat box. I'm in the chat telling the damn driver support what I got to say is above your pay grade. Send me to somebody that's sitting in boardrooms or something.
Exactly. I know you be killing me with them texts. I'll be sending your screenshots. I'm like, this girl ain't no joke. She's like, listen, this is probably above your pay grade, but I'm gonna talk to you anyways. I'm like, girl, they be like, that's why they don't talk to you. I'm like, no, you need to check them sometimes. Let them know you're in training. You on 90-day probation. You're in training. I've been doing this for years as profit. So me and you on two different levels just to start the conversation off with. You're in training. You just got hired a few weeks ago. You're going to get an employee check. I'm out here generating true profits that even pays your money. So the way we're going to have this conversation is not how you think. You don't run this shit over here. We're not having a conversation like that. I'm letting you know who I am. We can do business together. You're the employee. You're the clock in, clock out person. I'm the money maker. So I need to talk to somebody who can help me with what I just found. Okay, we ain't talking to nobody. I'll just go to the FBI. Thanks. No, I don't even need to talk to you. Need to talk to you no more.
Look, you kind of my one shirt that is what it say. It said my parents said I can be anything when I grew up, so I decided to become an asshole.
Exactly. You got to be that in corporate. You got to be an asshole because people gonna take you lightly.
It's not being nice. I'm not out here to be nice to you, motherfuckers. This is business.
Yeah, it's rugged, man. And I was raised in corporate. I started corporate when I was 19 years old at the Department of Natural Resources. Ended up going all the way up until I was 38 in Vegas. So my whole life was just doing corporate work. And I know because I was raised around those people. They weren't always nice, but they got shit done. That's what happened. They always got something done. So when people see me, and I'm kind of rough around the edges and shit like that. Jeff, man, why you so mean to these? I'm not mean. I'm direct. I'm firm. I'm just trying to get this done. I'm cutting through all the bullshit. So it's like, oh, you got a client in and all that? Check you out. Tell them what's up from Mike Drop Barbecue.
Oh, hey.
What's good? You guys may not realize, but you're on a podcast right now with drivers all over the world.
Podcast all over the world. Yeah, this is what we do.
Yeah, we always in there talking business. So we call it the barbecue, where we say, hey, you're invited to the barbecue. You come in, we sit down, we give you food for your soul. We chop it up. So we teach people about riders, drivers, how we are out helping the community. So we want to keep the money here in the community. So what we do is not let it go into corporate America. We all have private clients and we drive people around. So make sure you get Dim's card. She's got to become your driver. Keep the money in Dallas. Don't let it end up in California somewhere.
Yeah, so like they can tell you, how did y'all get my information?
So we just actually checked into the Hyatt House. We're actually from Kansas, and we're here for the AC/DC concert. And literally, Nancy at the front desk was like, "Hey, look, like don't use Uber because that's what we were planning on doing." She's like, "Go ahead and call this number," and she gave us her number and something. So I gave her a call instead of ride. So and she was perfect.
There you go.
Great.
I love it.
Like
I love it.
So
hey, I'm from St. Louis, so I've been through Kansas a lot. I'm from St. Louis, so
get what you're looking for.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're going through a tunnel right now. It's kind of hanging up right now. There it is. Now it's back. You was going through a tunnel or something. Yeah, but no, I appreciate the story, man. Like I said, I'm glad she told you guys to call her. She's, like I said, we've been rolling for about almost 2 years now, and she's been one of the most stable drivers on the podcast. We got about 14,000 on this podcast, 20,000 on the other podcast, so about 45,000. And she was here when I was at 1,000. This is how long we've been knowing each other. So it's like, and she's one of those drivers that, and I used to have, when she had more time, when she wasn't so busy making money, she was able to sit on podcasts with us at night. Remember all those long nights?
Oh, yeah, clowning.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Literally.
Yep. So, no, but I'm glad you're out there doing it the right way.
Yes. So long as you're doing what you need to do and staying true to yourself, staying true to what you do, putting that energy into yourself, putting energy, like Jeff tells you all the time, get your business cards. Go hand your business cards out. You know, it don't cost nothing but a couple of dollars to get business cards made. Get your business cards made. Me, I did business cards and I did flyers. I was posting up flyers and handing out business cards. Get your name out there. Every time I got a passenger in the vehicle with Lyft or with Lyft, I'm giving them my information. Here you go. You need a ride? Give me a call. And that's how you start to do it.
Yep, we're independent contractors, and Uber and Lyft, they treat people like puppy mills. They just throw people in any car whatsoever. We prefer to have certain clients of a certain caliber. I do concerts all the time because people are having fun and we're having a great time, and I'm picking them up and I'm dropping them off and everything's great. Where Uber Lyft, they are sending drivers who are upset and angry and mad, and you're ruining somebody's concert experience. Like, what are you doing? You're arguing about seatbelts and stuff. I'm like, man. Yeah, it is like, so we do it a lot differently. Doing private rides. So, man, I appreciate you, DIMZ. I know you got work to do. I'm gonna let you chop it up with your clients and everything. Hey, it was nice meeting you guys back there. Kansas Jayhawks. What's up, Jayhawks? All right, man. Hey, all right, y'all be easy. Hey, enjoy the concert and make sure you call it for a ride back. What was he saying?
Right. He was telling you congratulations on your increase in numbers.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's a rough ride, man. YouTube's rough, man. The algorithm is rough, but thank you so much. Hopefully you stay in touch and I might have you as a rider on a podcast with us. So one day you might be like, hey, man, I want to get on the barbecue. I'll have you on, DIMZ, and I'll have him. We'll all link up on the pod. He'll be in Kansas by that time. We'll all link up. All right, baby. All right, then. I'll talk to you later. All right. You're like, oh, yeah, that's Miss DIMZ. I'm telling you, she's out there doing amazing things, man. And like I said, I remember one of those when we were talking about, a long time ago, beginning our private rides. How many hours are we putting on the road? How much wear and tear are we putting on in our cars and everything? That's what we talk about all the time. And now you see how she's doing it. She's doing it the smart way. She's out there meeting great people. She's networking with the hotels and the different places where people say, hey, instead of taking Uber and Lyft, why don't you call this person? She's amazing. She's great. She's reliable. She's safe. All her cars are very nice. Like I'm telling you, she is one of those people who sparked the revolution, especially with what she's doing right now, with teaching everybody how to contact the IRS, how to contact your workforce, your labor force, and say, this is how much money they're saying I made. Therefore, they owe me this much money. Uber and Lyft will be like, oh, yeah, man, we said you made, $90,000. Well, I'm sorry, but all my money coming in only says I made $89,000. So therefore, I mean, I'm missing some money somewhere. If you saying I made 100,000, I'm saying 89. There's 11 grand out there floating somewhere. So this is what she does, man. This is what she does. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. And me and her, we go through text messages all the time, back and forth. And she's always like, Jeff, this and that. And she's a businesswoman. I'm a businessman. So we trade a lot of stories back and forth about what we're seeing on the apps, but also what we do in the streets in 2 different states. Like I said, I'm in Arizona. She's in Texas. So we're always trading stories back and forth on how we can help drivers, how we can improve stuff as we're doing it in real time ourselves. I drop a lot of videos, 1,300 videos on this channel, 1,300. And that's a lot of videos. And I was talking to Jamie earlier today. Well, I was talking to her last week at the PAX meeting, and she was telling me, about how when she drives, because she got the Escalade, how she drives, and she's got like the she's, oh yeah, I just leave it on all tiers and I get all these surges and all these bonuses. I used to do that all the time when I drove Lyft. I don't drive Lyft no more. I do private rides all the time. Y'all see on my app, I'll do 1 ride a week on Lyft, maybe 2 rides a week on Lyft. I don't do it. But when I used to do it, I was making videos about what she was talking about. So I had to show her. I said, hey, last year, when I was doing this a year, because I bought this truck a year ago. So 11 months, because I just registered today, actually. So 11 months ago, I made a video showing how I would leave it on all tiers. And just when it was surging really high on Lyft somewhere, it was surging real high. And I would throw it on all tiers and kick out all these rides till it gave me a black SUV or a Comfort that was paying a whole lot. Otherwise, I don't run all tiers. It's pointless to run all tiers. If you only got 20% bonus, whatever. Black ride gonna pay me more than sitting there kicking all these rides. 30% bonus, don't worry about it. I'll just keep running on black. But when it's up to 70, 80, 100%, 110%, I throw it on all. I'll just deal with the pings. I'm like, I hate the pings, but I'll deal with it. So I was Jamie was telling me that last week that's what she's doing. And I was like, oh, that's great. That's amazing. She didn't even know I already made videos about that. So what that means is that she figured it out. And I'm glad drivers are really paying attention to what's going on these apps and they're figuring it out. Jamie figured it out. And she came to the group and she was like, hey guys, guess what? You guys could do this. And me, I celebrate wins with people. I like to celebrate wins. So as she's telling me what she's doing, I don't shit on people. I'm not going to be like, oh, you slow. We've been doing that, girl. You slow, you late. No, you don't shit on people. You celebrate with them. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, hey, I'm glad. And I said, well, the only thing is just get a lot of pings. She was like, yeah, but you just got to deal with it. I'm like, yeah, I know it's crazy. But I never told her that what she was saying wasn't valuable information. It was valuable for the whole group because that meant she never saw my videos where I do that. So it's not that she doesn't watch my videos. She watches them, but maybe those she didn't see. But she was sharing something with the whole group that was a valuable piece of information. Whenever there's a really high surge on Lyft, just put it on all tiers. That's it. Just put it on all tiers. And then you just collect whatever if it's 90% surge, go for it. 110%, keep kicking everything out till it's a ride you want, black or black SUV. But for me, I don't drive with it on all tiers until it gets up to 80, 90%. If it's sitting around on like 30%, it's not worth it. You're going to get a gazillion rides. It's not even worth it. It's like, what's an extra $3, $6? Like, no, I'm not dealing with that. Not dealing with that. So I appreciate, Jamie coming up and telling the group that and sharing that with the whole group because it was her victory. She figured it out. She never saw a video that I did about it. Her brain is starting to work and her brain is clicking. And she's like, you know what? You can make a ton of money if just leave it on all rides to deal with the pings. That's her way of driving. That's her way to drive. And I'm like, I'm glad she shared that with the group. But I don't, want people to be on because it's funny because when she made the comment, she was like, boy, I told you that. Well, you told me that you were doing it last week when you met me. You told me you were doing it. So, but you didn't tell me about that. I got videos from last year doing that. I just celebrated the win with you. I just didn't tell you I already do it already. I just celebrated the win with you. And that's how I treat my friends. I celebrate the wins with people. When they're winning and they're happy and they're excited, celebrate that with them. Don't shoot them down. Be like, oh, I already do that already. Girl, you late. Nah, I don't do people like that. It's rude. She was all happy about it. And I'm like, I'm happy for you. Shit, I'm happy when people making money. I'm happy when people figure it out. That's what I do with my friends. But she was like, boy, because I dropped the video yesterday and she was like, boy, I told you that. I'm like, not really. I just didn't tell you everything I knew. I was just hanging out. I was just kicking it with you. That's all. I'm glad you were doing it because I'm like, well, shit, she figured it out. If you would have been watching my videos, you would have known about this shit a long time ago. But we be having fun, man. This channel is the only rideshare channel that celebrates other people's win. This channel is dope. I'm telling you, Billy, man, that's what I do, man. When people win and people are making that money and I can see the struggle is gone, the struggle is not in their face no more. I met a driver the other night, Matt. So I'm sitting in the parking lot. So I'm hanging out in the parking lot looking at this wreck on Scottsdale Road or whatever. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just chilling between clients. I had 2 clients left that night to do. So I'm just chilling. I ain't got shit else to do. I'm just chilling. So Matt walks up and he knows Chad. Yeah, I remember Chad. Rest in peace, my man Chad. So he was talking about Chad and he said, I think he told me about you. You have a YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. So he was, at the time, Matt was driving this big ass lifted truck. This big Tundra comes pulling up. Bigger than my Jeep. So he's like, yeah, I drive a van. I just bought a van, but it's running hot. So I'm explaining to him how it's, if it's running hot, check this, check that. So I told him I'm a mechanic too. I got mechanic videos. So we were laughing about that. He's like, man, what don't you do? So we were laughing about that. So the next day he calls us, hey, I got the parts and everything. How much would you charge me to do it? It's a Nissan Quest van. And if anybody looks up the Nissan Quest thermostat, it's a repair that nobody wants to do. One of those type of cars. Y'all know me in cars like that. It's a car that nobody wants to touch. Like when I did the lower control arms on that one car I did, I think it was a Kia or something like that. Nobody wants to do it. So I said, y'all come do it, man. So I went over there, man, it was about a 3-4 hour job. The thermostat is right against the sidewall of the car. So you got to take all this stuff off just to get to the bolts to actually get. I mean, it was a nightmare job, but this guy was a driver. He was a driver. So I'm going to help him out. So I said, instead of him being down for days and days and days with a hot van, I'll come over there. I'll get it done for you. And that was the night that PAX had that they had an event. So I went over there to help Matt get his Jeep, get his van up and running. So I went over there, bam, got it up and running, man. Got it up and running. This is what, do we file a claim based off the gross earnings or the net? A 1099 will only tell you gross earnings. A 1099 will never tell you net earnings. It'll tell you gross. That's all they can do is report gross. So net is what you file. When you're filing your taxes, you come up with a net filing taxes. But gross is just a gross number. If I say I paid you $1,000 and I give you $1,000, the gross is 1,000. What your net profit is, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you 1,000 because that's what I paid you. If Riders paid you $40,000 in rides for the year, it should show $40,000 coming to you from Lyft and Uber. If for the week you made $1,000 in rides for the week, I can't go to your bank account and only see $700 because you'll be like, well, where's the other 300 at? Because it's gross, $1,000. It should be a grand sitting right there. It should be a grand. So, man, man, I'm always willing to help drivers out. This is what I do. Like I said, I had a meeting with PAX that night. We had an event and everything with PAX. I was supposed to go to that. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to go to that event because I got to go help this driver out. His van is down. I'll go over there and got it all off. I met his dad and everything. You know, we took everything apart, got it all put back together. Van runs amazing now. It's perfect now. He's out there making money again, but it was a job that nobody was going to touch. The dealership was going to probably hit him over the head for way too much for that. Nobody likes the Nissan Quest thermostats. And trust me, I mean, I still got cuts on my arm and everything. I could feel my arm is kind of sensitive right here from going up under one of the hoses. Man, that was a crazy job. That was a crazy job. But I had just met that driver the day before. So people are meeting me out in public and you're the podcaster. Not only that, but I can help you get your car back on the road so you don't be out of tons of money. So he went and got the parts. We did it right there in the driveway. Done deal, man. Done deal. But hopefully, like I said, I haven't talked to anybody from PAX yet about how that event went. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, Dim, she's in beta testing with her app. So a lot of people out there who are beta testing their apps, and PAX is still sort of beta testing their app. A lot of tests they got to run to get things done. But one thing about the PAX app I did learn, meeting with Daniel the other day, is you can select how many riders you have and select how much suitcases you got, like how much luggage. So I'm like, dude, that's crazy. So if you can say, okay, I got 4 riders and I got 4 suitcases. No other app does that other than PAX. That's the only app I know that does that. Lets you know how many suitcases and how many riders are going. Oh yeah, Uber said I grossed $27K, but my taxes say $22K. Yeah. So there's a $5,000 discrepancy in there somewhere. So that's the thing, man. You gotta go find out, you know, if all your banking information, like I said, DIMZ walked through the whole thing. She walked through the whole thing. Yeah, man, I couldn't go to that PAX event either. I was wondering. Yeah, and this is the thing. I would have went. I would have went to the PAX event, but I had a chance to go make money doing something else. Plus, I had 2 privates. I had 2 privates with 2 trips each. So I had a total of 4 trips I had to do. Plus, I was gonna work the apps a little bit, and then I had to also work on that van. I mean, for me that night, it was like a $500 night. It was a $500 night, and I didn't even get started till late. And I started the van. It was probably about 2 or 3 p.m. when I started the van. Got home, did everything. It was about a $500 night that night. And so I knew if I would have went to PAX, because it's in test mode right now. We're testing the events. We're doing things in the event right now. And I tell everybody the truth. We're testing right now. So if we don't get paid to go to the PAX events and all this money is, like I said, I made private clients. When I was out doing Uber and Lyft that night. I got new private clients. These are the kind of things I'm trying to do to build my business to go forward. Now, the last PAX event we went to, like I said, everybody was there, and I was coming and going because I was still working, doing everything. I was coming and going, still doing everything I had to do, whatever, this and that. And at the end of the night, you know, everybody was like, oh man, it was a super slow night, super slow. So the investors, you know, Robert was like, you know what? I feel bad. So he gave, you know, Jamil Nam the go ahead to give drivers a little money just to compensate them for their time. I'm going to give you guys some money to compensate you for your time. This is something I've never said. You guys been on this live stream the whole time, but you're about to hear something kind of shady. And it's not from the investors. I'm telling you, man, it's not the investors doing it. So Robert was like, Billy, you might have been there too. Because Billy, you were at the last one before that. So like Billy was there. Frank was there. Luke was there. Siobhan was there. Man, it was a whole group of people out there. Derek was there. Man, everybody. I think Who it was 2 or 3 other people was there. Yeah. So everybody got a little money when it was over because they kind of felt bad about the people weren't, able to make money at the event. So out of all the drive, and like I said, Robert, the investor, he gave everybody the heads up to do that. Do you know that I didn't get a dime? Like Jamil Nam gave everybody whatever Robert said, give them, gave everybody, but they never paid me shit. And I was there. So I'm a driver that's there, but I didn't get nothing for being there. This is what I'm doing. Shit's funny to me. To me, it's funny. It's funny because I'm a podcaster. And this is why I say some people don't know what they're doing. I'm a podcaster. You don't shit on The Voice. If you shit on anybody, it should be somebody that don't have a microphone. That's the first. Don't shit on somebody with a microphone. That's a bad thing to do right off the bat because everybody out there knows the truth. Everybody knows the truth. So for me not to just tell the truth, like I always tell y'all the truth, I tell y'all the truth is what it is. The truth is, that's why I think the shit's funny. I mean, I still had a good night off apps, driving, making money, doing what I was got to do and everything. But when you do somebody like that, when Robert says, hey man, take care of the drivers, you think of all the drivers that were there. And you say, let me take care of everybody because they were taking out of their night to come here. They were taking time out of their night to come support the event. They were taking time. Let's take care of the drivers. So to look at me and to say, well, fuck Jeff, I ain't taking care of him. He was here, but he was coming and going. He was doing his own thing. He was here, but I ain't taking care of him. Fuck him. That's where you mess up because Robert told you already, take care of everything. Just make sure everybody's okay. I laugh at shit like that. Because I think that, I'm one of those people that just, I realize I see more than what I say. Just know that I'm an accountant. I'm an auditor. I audit things. So I see a lot. Even if I don't say anything, I see a lot. Now I knew what happened that night. I knew it. I never said shit about it. I mean, it's the 14th. That was 2-3 nights, or that was last week. Because the one 2-3 nights ago, that was on the 12th. This was the one on the 4th. So it was 8 days before that. So this shit was on the 4th. It was 10 days ago. And I never said anything about it. Because to me, I keep saying it's funny. It's like, do you realize what you are really doing? Like when you were put in a corporate position, when you're put in a position to supervise people or to manage people, the last thing you want to do is to discriminate against people, thinking you have so much power now. Oh, I got power now. I can do what I want to do. I got power now. They gave me some power. Make sure you don't piss off the person that's probably more powerful than you. Not that I'm more powerful than you in PAX, no. But in a driving community, this is the barbecue. So in a driving community, this is where I am. On PAX, I'm just a driver. That's it. I'm just a driver. That's all. I'm just a driver. So don't sit there and let Robert Nam put you in a position to where you screw over somebody who they're working with. They're working with me too. They work with me in a different way. They work with me to help get the word out about the administration of PAX, the actual PAX app, how PAX is designed for drivers, how it's helping drivers. But so many drivers on PAX know the truth and everybody knows the truth. For me not to tell the truth makes me look like I have no integrity and I'm just blowing smoke up everybody's ass. And I don't do that. I'm going to tell you the truth. And you deal with it. You say, yeah, that shit is true. You deal with it. So the next time Robert says, hey man, take care of all the drivers, make sure you have a sheet of paper and you document everybody. And you don't scratch a name off just because his name is Jeff Watts. You scratch Jeff Watts off, you might want to rethink that shit because you keep forgetting. I could just tell the truth. That's the hardest thing you got to deal with is the truth. The hardest thing you got to deal with is the truth. Then you make that a good truth. You don't do some shitty stuff. So I appreciate Robert taking care of the driver because that shit was great. The fact that the investors always look out for the drivers. They're always saying we need to make, and that's why every video I've ever made, I've never implicated the investors on anything that's going left or right because they're doing the best they can do to build the app as they have envisioned taking care of the community. They've done it. But when you put certain people in charge that may not know what they're doing, this is the kind of shit that happens. You got to have somebody who's involved with corporate. I was in charge of 28 people in my administration. I knew better than to fuck even one of them over. I knew better than that. Because once you screw one over, that shit blends through the crowd. And just like I told him one time in the chat, I said, man, you don't ever want to let a rumor go too far in the rideshare community. You don't want to let that shit go too far in the rideshare community. Because if you let the rumor and not the truth go out there, you let the rumor go out, the rumor takes over. It takes over. So therefore, You always put the truth in front of the rumor. Don't let the rumor take over. You nip that shit in the bud. And just like I said, just like with my girl Jamie, you know, she was like, hey, Jeff, I'm the one who told you that. I had to nip that shit in the bud. Don't let that be the rumor that you told me that. Don't let that be the rumor. Because 11 months ago, I dropped the video doing exactly this right here. Don't let that be the rumor. Nip that shit in the bud. Like I said, I'm glad she figured it out. But she would have already known it had she watched my video last year. I'm glad she told the group, because it showed that she's really thinking and she's using her brain to create thought while she's out there in the streets generating money. I celebrated that win with her. But don't come back on me saying, well, I'm the one who told you that, Jeff. No, you didn't. You told me that you did it, but you didn't tell me how to do it. I've been doing this shit already. What up, Jesse? Like I said, I'm one of them people, man. I know how rumors in the ride share community. I've been doing this shit for a long time. Always nipping in the bud, and you put truth first. Let chips fall where they may. People want to be mad at the truth. Be mad at the truth. I don't give a shit. At least it's the truth. I'd be mad at a rumor. But if you're going to be mad at it. That's cool. That's cool. And a lot of times people are mad at how the truth is presented. It's not my problem. If people get offended, it's not my problem. It's just how you feel. But the truth is always going to stand up front. I know, Billy, man, a lot of people were there. A lot of people were there, man. And Billy said, oh, I'm not saying shit. You ain't got to, bro. You ain't got to. Like I said, I am just glad that the investors are doing what they could do for the drivers. I'm glad because of that. I'm from corporate. I'm old school, man. I'm old school corporate. So I know when I got out of corporate, why I got out of corporate. We used to have to deal with people like this all the time. We call it backstabbing. That's what we call it in corporate. It's called backstabbing. It's where somebody wants your position or they want to be viewed as more important than you. So they backstab you to get higher up. They backstab they run through the ranks or whatever. That's what we call it in corporate. I haven't worked in corporate in 12 years. I don't know what they call it now because So back in the day, we called it back. You're trying to go for a position. You're trying to, win accolades with the CEO or the CFO. You're trying to do something and somebody stabs you in the back because they don't want you to get the accolades. They want them instead. So they say, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this to make sure Jeff don't get the position. Cool, motherfucker, take the position. I retired at 38 years old. You know why? Because I'm done with you motherfuckers. I can just do this on my own. I can live life on my own. I don't need to rock with y'all. I am a very versatile person. I make money from my driveway. I make money on my computer. I make money from my car. I don't need to sit in corporate. Don't need it. So if you want the job, you can have it. And just like I was laughing the other night, like I said, when they take care of all the drivers. Apparently, I'm not a driver on PAX. Apparently, I'm just I'm a spokesperson for PAX and not really a driver. I'm just a spokesperson. But like I said, I did what I could do. I helped out as much as I could. I went up there. I hung out. I was even talking to clients. I was out front talking to clients. I was out there talking to people. I went in the building talking to people, talking to drivers, checking everybody out, make sure everybody was cool and everybody was comfortable. And are we using our different ways to make money? That's what I was doing up there at that event. So when the investors said, take care of all the drivers, I'm not going to say I wasn't on their mind. I was probably on their mind. I just wasn't on their priority list, which is cool because I can put a motherfucker on a priority list too. I got a microphone. That's the problem. I have a microphone. So you got to always think, just like my man said, in fact, the voice is always the true power. That's why government don't like freedom of speech. So you might think you got power and you could do that, but you have to realize what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, with the people around you in certain places, you could fuck up a whole lot because you're not used to that. You're not used to it. Know what you're doing. Position yourself accordingly. If you overstep your boundaries or your lane and you think you could trust me, the shit might backfire on you. It's going to be ugly. And it's not usually ugly for the person that has free speech. Because look at how everything went with the people at Tesla burning Teslas and everything. Now they're all serving 20 years in jail. How'd that shit work out? Now. Since names were brought up, I know because your name came out of my mouth. Hey, I appreciate you, Billy. At least somebody in the 300 looking out for me. At least somebody in the 300 looking out for me when I ain't around. That's what I'm talking about, man. Be cool, brother. Be cool like that. At least when I ain't around, you stand up for your team when I ain't around. That's why I tell motherfuckers. And real talk, you can ask Jamil. I text Jamil and them. I told them. I said, I'm minimizing my group. Ask Jamil. Ask them. I'm minimizing my group. I don't fuck with y'all no more. That's what I said. Because I'm going to tell people the truth. I don't gloss over nothing. We're here to help PAX. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help any small app out there that's willing to get off the ground. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to be buddy. I'm not here to fuck with people that stab me in the back and shut. I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to do that. So when I let people know, I don't fuck with you no more. I'm serious about it because I've seen enough. Yeah, exactly. And so, and that's why I tell folks, man, I'm 100. I keep it real, man. I keep it real. And I got a firm belief that the fact that I keep it 100 on this platform, the fact that Pax deals with me, and Pax is always going to be 100 with me. When anybody hears anything about that app, left, right, up, down, they know it's not no bullshit. They know I'm not hiding nothing from them. They know I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm going to tell them the truth because I have nothing to hide. Thank you, Charbel. I appreciate it, brother. Because I believe the truth is going to win. And if Pax stays within truth, they're not embarrassed by truth and they want to stay in the range of truth. That's how you gain integrity. That's why I want to have Daniel Sidler on this way. I want to have him on the platform. I want to bring the CEO over here because people have questions. He can answer those questions. He can allay fears of drivers being invested into something that may not work. You've got to allay the fears of drivers by speaking to them in a real way. The real way. What up, Jay Mish? Say the 300 bar. Hey, we say a 300. We're a small army battling big giants. So we the 300. The barbecue is where we come cook. This is where we cook, man. So it's food for your soul. Everybody's welcome to the barbecue. You invited to the barbecue. That's what we call it, man. That's what we call it. And that's what I'm saying. It takes years to build a reputation and then seconds to lose it all. So I've always kept it 100, left or right with anybody. And I'm, like I said, I'm glad Pax allows, like I met with them. We all went to lunch the other day. I met with them and I told them, I said, I'm glad you guys invite me to lunch and everything because I am not an easy person to deal with. I'm not, because the truth is not easy to deal with. If I was an easy person to deal with, then that means I'm not always telling the truth. The truth is hard. The truth is going to hurt sometimes. It's a jagged little pill. Like Alanis Morissette says, it's a jagged little pill. So if anybody says, oh man, Jeff's easy to deal with, this channel is easy to digest, this shit ain't easy. This is hard work over here. Building clients is hard work. Working on your own vehicles is hard work. Building business is hard work. This shit ain't easy. So you don't see a lot of pigeons over here. I'll never have 100,000 subscribers on my channel because this is hard work. A lot of people don't like hard work. Even when people deal with me from corporate, it's hard work. So a lot of people going to be kind of standoffish like, because the truth is hard work. Not everybody's willing to stay within truth. They want to, I wear a shirt that says straight out of excuses. If you can't tell the truth, you ain't saying nothing but excuses at that point. Just be real. Keep it 100 with people, man. Keep it 100. Just say what's up and let chips fall where they may. That's right. Hard work. But, and this is why I don't mind, running my channel the way I run it. I know we will weed through people. When I had Gig Geezer on last week, he said something special about Gideon's army. Now, he's a Bible guy. I don't read the Bible as much as I probably should. It's cool. That's why I got people like that who read it, because I don't. So, and he was talking about Gideon's army and how Gideon's army was only taking 1%. And they ended up with 300 at the end. That's where he thought I got the 300 from, because Gideon's army ended up with 300 soldiers at the end. I got it from the movie. I didn't know even. So I'm like, dude, I didn't know that. So you telling me something I didn't even know. But he's like, yeah, so you're weeding through people. You going through people, finding out who can sustain it. And the only criteria, the only way you can get into the 300 is just truth and integrity. That's it. If you full of shit, you're not going to make it that far. You might make it through a couple of levels with us. You might rock with us for a minute. If you start with the jealousy and the envy and the bullshit and the hater shit, you might make it a few levels, but you're going to be peeped out. Your true personality is going to come out at the wrong time. And when it comes out, you're going to get cut off. Because we ain't like that over here. We celebrate people's wins. That's what we do. We celebrate wins. Just like Billy said, building business is hard work, but celebrating all the wins together is what we do. I was just about to say that. We celebrate wins over here. If you can't appreciate a win and you can't sit and just acknowledge that somebody's actually using their brain, like I said on one of my live streams, I want to see how other people think. I don't just want to do all the thinking. So I sit back and I watch people work. When I see them come up with an idea, man, that's a great idea. They don't got to know that I had that idea already. They don't got to know that. It just shows me that they're not watching me, which is good. It's just you're using your brain. Because if you didn't see me do that, you've never heard of me doing that, and it finally clicked in your head, that to do this is beneficial. Now I'm watching you think now. Now I see you think. That's what I told Jamie. I said, that's a good deal. Good job. Good job. That's what's up. She told the whole group that. And I was like, hell yeah, that's what's up. I said, all you got to do is just deal with a few pings. She says, yeah. Deal with it. I said, you got to deal with the pings. She's like, yeah, I don't mind dealing with the pings. It's a whole lot of pings. I'm like, yeah. I said, you got to deal with that. And I should have let her know right there. Okay, so Jeff does this shit. It's like, man, all right, Billy Proctor, man, you be easy out there, brother. Be easy out there, brother. What's up, Eureka, Erica? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. We got to go out there and we got to celebrate with people to let people know we acknowledge. I wear a shirt that says think. Right across the front, it says think. I love the way people think. I love to watch them think. I celebrate the way they think, especially when they have a victorious thought or idea. And I'm like, man, that's a good idea. That's great. They don't have to know that I already did it like 2 years ago. They don't got to know that. It was one dude on my channel. This idiot came on my channel. Motherfucker got the nerve to tell me. And this is how you know people don't watch your content. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You just started Black SUV. You just got to, I had my black truck way before you had your black truck. I know how to do this. Some random shit like that. I said, bro, you apparently don't watch my content. He's been around for a while because I've seen his name a few times, but I had to block his ass. I kicked him off. And it's funny that you say that, DIMZ, the block ban, because this dude I blocked the other day. I blocked his ass the other day because I'm done with his mouth. He's been around for a minute. So he's been watching the content. We celebrate wins. We're helping people out. Every time he jump online, oh, yeah, you guys need to not be learning how to do the apps. You need to be getting your own private clients. I'm like, that's what we're doing. I mean, I don't know if you're watching the fucking content or not. I mean, everybody ain't gonna drop today and just stop using the apps all of a sudden. Most of our clients come from people who need rides. If you want to know where people need flights, you go to the airport. You don't go to a fucking farmhouse in the middle of Iowa looking for people who need a flight. No, you go to an airport because most people at the airport need flights. You don't go to a zoo saying, hey, man, who here needs a flight? No, you go to the airport. When we want to know where people need a ride, guess where we go? To Uber and Lyft. I even say a lot of times on my live streams, I turn my apps on just to see where all the colors are. Because where the colors are where people need rides. So I'll turn Uber on, see where the rides are, drive to it, and turn my apps off. I say it all the time on my live streams. Go to where the money is. We go to Uber and Lyft because that's where the money is. That's where people need a ride. This idiot is on my channel. Oh, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're saying. I'll be just laughing at you. I'm like, so who gives a shit? You don't know what you're doing. I've been driving. I had my black SUV way before you got yours. Bro, I've been doing this shit since 2005. I bought a black Mercedes S420 off of a doctor in San Francisco and had that shit dropped off in front of my house and started doing private rides in that in 2005. It is now 2025. I guarantee you ain't had that black SUV for fucking 20 years. I guarantee it. I've been doing this way before you've been doing it. Don't put that shit on me. I bought this damn Escalade in 2011. It is 2025. 14 years I done had that SUV doing private rides and that. Guarantee you ain't been doing that shit. You ain't had your truck for no 14 years. So you behind on my S420. You behind on my Escalade. And you got the nerve to sit on my channel. Oh, I had my black SUV before you had yours. You don't know what you doing. Bro, you have no idea who the fuck I am. If you're not watching my content, just go somewhere. Go somewhere. Because a lot of this shit I've said already. I've said it. Yeah, he a buzzard, man. He a buzzard. And that's what I always tell people. Follow the black SUVs. Man. All right, Darius, man, you be out there, brother. Be out there easy making that money, Mr. Fife dog. Yeah, man, he a straight buzzard. He a straight buzzard. And I'm sitting there like, bro, don't come on my channel. I'm here trying to help people. That's what I'm doing. I started with a Jeep, 2011 Jeep Wrangler on Uber. Then I went over to Lyft with it. Then I ended up driving on apps, generating a client base off of it to where I can buy a BMW. Bought that, was using it on Lux. They did away with Lux. Use that, private clients. Upgrade. This is what we teach over here. This raggedy motherfucker come over here. Oh, well, I'm better than y'all. I laugh at y'all because I had my black SUV before you had yours. I'm better than you. I know what I'm doing. I could tell everybody if they just follow my simple steps. He's on my channel telling my people on my channel to follow him in his simple steps because he had his black SUV before he had I had a black SUV. I'm like, is this the shit you really finna do? Like, I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, you are really on my channel telling my people to follow you because you had a black SUV before I had a black. Man, I blocked his ass off my channel. Do not look like an idiot on my channel. That's like you walking into somebody's church and telling everybody, hey, everybody, leave this church and come across the street to mine because my church was here first. A teacher going into another classroom. Hey, students, get out of this classroom. She just became a teacher last year. I've been a teacher for 5 years. Leave her class and come in my classroom. I'll be like, who the fuck jumps on someone else's channel saying, hey, everybody, get off this channel. Follow me. Follow my simple steps. Man, get the fuck out of here. Bye. Sorry. Yeah, man, I was like, this dude. His name was like Archie something. Archie something. He had a black SUV on his fucking profile picture. His name's Archie something. I don't even know. Then I'm like, man, who the fuck are these ragged ass people? Like, do you even know where you at? You at Block Band Central, motherfucker. You Block Bands. You come over. I don't care if you disagree with me. I don't care. I don't care if you come over here and criticize how I do things. I don't care. But don't come over here saying you don't know what the hell you talking about. Hey, everybody, come just start following me. I could teach you. You're gone. You're gone. Get the fuck out of here. Gone. Yeah. No, not knowing Jeff can make more than him with the right work plan than him in a brand new caddy. Man, I told folks I could get what 6-7 miles in a Jeep, $6 to $7 a mile in a Jeep. This got 258,000 miles on it. I do it all the time. I did what a 16-mile trip for $100 from Gilbert to downtown in that Jeep. It's got over 250,000 miles on it. $100 ride. I don't need nothing brand new. You just tell me who the people are, where they going, and I'll conduct some service. I'll show up in a nice, clean ass car, hospitality, waters, drinks, whatever you need. I'm gonna make the ride worth it. Better than somebody riding around in a new fucking car like, oh yeah, I'll have my black SUV longer than you had yours. I'm like, so? The fuck that got to do with anything? Bro, I've been doing this shit since 2005. Vegas, out of all places. Vegas is one of the hardest markets to ever do because they got all their own companies there. They got all their own charter services there. So when I bought that black Mercedes and that Mercedes got dropped off in my yard, I already had an idea. Uber and Lyft wasn't even thought of. I had already worked for Alan Waxler Group. Alan Waxler Group trained me on commercial business. I was their accountant. I'm seeing how many people and how much they're paying to rent these BMW 745 LIs to drive people around. These big ass charter buses, all these SUVs they got. Alan Waxler Group had nothing but black SUVs. That's all they had. I worked for them as the accountant. So I saw how much money was in ride service back then. This was 2005. I'm parking my black Mercedes at the company I'm working at saying, damn, these dudes making all money. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make me some money too. So I said, you know what? Exactly. That's rude to go on anyone's channel and tell people to follow him instead. Make good content and they'll follow you. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. There was a fucking trip on my channel. Oh yeah, you guys just gotta follow my simple plans, follow my simple steps. I got way more easier steps. I got simple plans. Just, don't listen to it. I'm laughing at him. He doesn't know. I had my black SUV before he knows his. I'm like, you don't even know me. I bought a black SUV because I wanted one. I was looking at them. I was checking them out. I just had to find the one I wanted. But I was still making the same amount of money in my black SUV I was making in my BMW that I'm making in my Jeep. I'm making the same money. I even got people out here in white Camrys making black SUV prices. It ain't about the car. It's about your service and how you sell yourself. So don't think, oh, black SUV is the highest paid. No. What kind of car you got? Look at Fedra. You can ride around in a van, a wheelchair van, and you can make $140 in 6 miles. That's not a black SUV. It's a wheelchair van. So you can't say, oh, yeah, you need a black SUV and you make more than everybody else. You might make less than everybody else if you know how to sell yourself. She's got a $140 for 7-mile van. I'm sorry, I don't get that shit in mine. I don't get that in mine. Hell no. I got 107 miles before, but not no 140. It's like, man. This is, I'm so ahead of my time. My parents haven't met me yet. That's funny shit. That's funny shit. Exactly. I've been doing this before you were a twinkle in your pappy eye. That's what dude came over here trying to say. I'm sitting there like, man, I've been doing this before you had your black SUV. I'm like, you slow motherfucker. I'm like, you do not watch this content. You really don't. Do not come over here with that. And like I said, this dude been on this channel for a while because I've seen his name pop up before. And he come over here with that short bus mentality. And I'm like, bro, you know who you talking to already. And I let him talk. I I was cool. All the way up to the point where he was like, oh, this is bullshit over here anyways, because he saw that it wouldn't bother me. The shit he was saying wouldn't bother me. And I'm like, bro, I've been doing this shit since 2005. You slow. I'm like, I guarantee you ain't had your shit since 05. You way behind me. You way behind me. I've been doing this shit before Uber and Lyft was even around. You way behind me. You've been doing this only since Uber and Lyft. I was here before Uber and Lyft. You way behind me. And then he started seeing how far I'm really back in this private ride game. And he started feeling stupid. Oh, I just laugh at your shit. It's stupid over here anyways. You're just this and that. Everybody should just follow me anyways. I don't see why you're on this channel. You could just follow me. Okay, he's over here trying to snipe my motherfucking subs. Now I see what he's over here for. Block ban. Get out of here. Because all his comments lately been kind of weird like that. Kind of weird. Every time he made a comment, it was always to the illusion that he's some kind of wizard in this shit. Oh, man, when I drive, I'm this, I'm that. I only got some simple steps. If people just listen to my simple steps, he would always say some shit like that. Like somebody going to be like, well, what's your simple steps? Well, here's my email. He was waiting on somebody to respond to him. So he's always on my channel trying to talk about following him and his simple steps and his plan and how he can make drivers more profitable. He was trying to snipe my people. I blocked his ass. I'm like, dude, don't come over here with that. Don't do that, man. If you want to do some hard work, you build a channel from the ground up. I started this shit with 8 subs, and I never went to nobody's channel and sniped nobody's channel. Never did that. I was helping people on other people's channels. I would go to other channels just to help people. So, hey, it would be better if you did this and this and this and this. And they were like, who is this dude? Oh, shit, he's got a channel. Oh, shit, let me check his account. Oh, he's all right. I help people. I don't got to snipe nobody's shit. If you don't want to sub me, don't sub me. But if you see that I'm a helpful person, you see that I'm trying to look out for your wallet. I'm trying not to watch you run your car into the ground to where you end up on the side of the road. Like I said, I met the driver, Matt, the other night. Next day, I'm already at his house fixing his van for him so he can get back on the road. That's what I do for my community. I'm really out there in the streets doing it. You don't see me going, oh, man, sorry, your van broke down. Let me call a shop for you to see if they can, oh, man, it's only going to be $650, bro. No. I'm like, this is what the issue could be. See if this is what the problem is. I helped him. He self-diagnosed it. Got home. He diagnosed it. He texted me. Yeah, I think it's what the problem is because exactly what you said is what it's doing. I was like, okay, cool. Go buy the parts, buy everything for it, and I'll try to help you out tomorrow. I got to go to a PAX event tomorrow, but I'll help you out before I go to the event. Took a little bit longer than I thought. It's like, I know your plan's the easier it gets. Convert and get private rides. Clients know your worth. Pretty simple. That's it. And a lot of people have a hard time selling themselves. That's where not everybody is good. Not everybody's a good public speaker. I get it. Some people are introverts. Some people aren't extroverted. I'm an introvert, but I can hang around anybody. I'm like an introvert. An introvert just means that you're self-aware. You don't need a group to make you aware of yourself. An extrovert needs a group to make them feel aware of themselves. Like an extrovert is somebody who doesn't feel like anybody unless everybody around them boosts them up. Like they can't sit in the house by themselves. They cannot sit in the house by themselves dressed up because they need to go somewhere to be seen dressed up. So somebody can say, man, you're dressed nice. Now they're alive. Now they feel good. That's an extrovert. Me, I'm dirty as hell all the time. I'm in my garage working on cars by myself. I can do fine by myself. I can do bad by myself. I'm an extrovert. I mean, an introvert. That's how I am, man. Yeah, my brother, that's the driver who will steal your customers. Exactly. That dude didn't even belong over here, man. He didn't even belong over here. He was like, nope, don't want his ass over here. Don't want his ass over here. Nope, don't want him. Yeah, man, that's the thing. He thought it was a competition. And over here, we help build people. We're building teams over here. We're helping people make money. And like I said, I go to other channels and I help drivers out. And they go, oh, I'm going to go check this channel out. If this dude is really helping people make money, this is what they really doing. They really, in the mindset of business and profits. Like I said, I had DIMZ on the channel. What other rideshare channels out there? DIMZ drop important information. She should be on Rideshare Guy. She should be on Rideshare Professor. She should be on Pedro's fucking channel. She should be on every channel that's got way more subs than I got, but nobody want to fuck with her because she's not important enough. One of those people. Oh, we're looking for drivers who are making $3,000 a week, driving 100 goddamn hours a week. No, I'm not looking for no $30 an hour driver. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a driver who's ready to expand and make a business. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone who's ready to make themselves self-sufficient. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for employees. This is not an employee-based channel. Anybody with employee mentality will not be, oh, I got 100% AR employee. You're out of here. We don't do employment over here. We do analysts. You got to analyze every transaction in front of you as if it's going to be your last transaction, because it might be. You might fuck around and wreck your car. I'm not wrecking my car for $3 just to keep 100% AR. I'm not wrecking my car for, oh man, I ended up smashing that curb and hitting that pole, $3. Damn, like the one dude that was delivering DoorDash and the police had to help him deliver DoorDash. You won't catch me doing no shit like that, ruining my car, blowing my car up to do a bunch of $7 hot dog deliveries. It ain't happening. If my car moves, it's got to move for money. Otherwise, it's fine where it's at. I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it. Exactly. And as I said, DIMZ, man, she got, I mean, the knowledge she dropped today, work in any industry that's a gig. It's all about financial statements. She dropped financial statement and audit game on everybody. Like I said, when she was hitting me up, I'm an auditor. So, of course, I'm just checking her math and calculations, and I'm checking her process. Because as I checked her process, she was already like, okay, I did that already. It's kind of like having your work and doing it right, but just having somebody look over with a second set of eyes to make sure before you deliver to the CEO, everything's buttoned up right. All I did was just look at it before I went to the CEO. So I'm like, did you do this? Did you think about this? Did you go that? Yep, I did that. Well, what about this and that? Well, let me show you a day. She would send me a certain day and show everything. And we see that. I'm like, okay. So yeah, it wouldn't be that much because it's only $1.25 per transaction. It wouldn't be that far off. Yeah, that is a fucked up day. Yeah, and then this day is off and this day is off. I'm like, okay. Yeah, even if you did download, 3 or 4 times, it wouldn't be that far off. You're off by like a ton of money every day. Yeah. So we went through everything. I made sure we went through everything before she dropped it. And when she finally came, like I said, even the state said, you have a valid claim. This is impressive. All the numbers you came up with, you can't find a hole in it. I looked through it myself. You couldn't find a hole in it. Why is this lady not on bigger channels? Why is she not on major? Because she is not one of those people that's willing to kiss somebody's ass to get somewhere. She does this for the drivers. She doesn't do it for, well, in order to get on our channel, you got to, slide us X amount of dollars. No, I'm going to make sure I do this. So when people know about it, they're going to get money back. I got $2,500. You might get back 1,000. You might get back 5,000. You might get back 20. Who knows? But she dropped the game like that for everybody, man. She dropped the game for everybody. So hopefully, like I said, everybody's downloading all their 1099 information, downloading all their and just spreading it all out. Spread it all out. And when you start getting all that money, come back to the source, come back to the barbecue and say, thanks, DIMZ Dallas. Thanks. Don't be all, thank you, Ryan Chair guy. No, fuck that. Say, thanks, DIMZ Dallas. Thank where it came. Don't even say thank you, barbecue. Thanks, DIMZ Dallas, for this $3,000 check I just got. Thank DIMZ Dallas for this $1,500 check I just got. Say where you got it from, because I guarantee a lot of channels out there want to puff their chest. Well, it's because of us that you even know. Like, no, sit your ass down. It ain't even because of the barbecue. I just wanted her to drop it in a place where I knew she was going to be safe, delivering it and getting the credit she deserves for going through all that fucking work she did for everybody out there. I'm like, you can come drop it over here. I said, I just want to make sure when we do drop it, can't no other channel criticize nothing. They cannot critique anything. You have crossed your T's and dotted your I's. They can't critique nothing because they're going to try it. Oh, well, what she didn't get, that channel was not a good channel because what they didn't take into consideration was withdrawal fees. Weird shit. Like, no, we went through everything. Trust me. And even the state says, yeah, you went through everything. We see exactly what happened. They're lying about how much they paid you. And there's some money out there somewhere in somebody's pocket that they want you to pay taxes on. But motherfucker, it ain't no. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing. Oh, no problem, DIMZ. No problem, man. So yeah, says, man, I bought an electric car, got away from that leasing from Hertz, and I make more money now than ever. That's because them leases will kill you, man. That's a lot of money going. Them leases are all your profits are going to another company. Every dime you owe, every dime you make in profit is going to another corporation. It's going from Uber to you to Hertz. Uber, you to Hertz. And it's like it should come from Uber to you or your private clients to you. For it to come to you and then have to go to Hertz and then have to go. No. They're taking all your money. They're taking all your money. So you got to say, how can I cut out the people that's taking all my money? Hertz. Cut that off. Anybody renting a car out there, like I said, with DIMZ drop that information today, everybody out there who's renting a car should do exactly what she said in this live stream just earlier. Do exactly what she said. Get the money that's owed to you. Use that money to go put money down on your own car. Buy your own car. She just gave you the Willy Wonka gold ticket out of renting. You got the Willy Wonka ticket to the chocolate factory right now. If you don't cash that ticket in, you don't get to hang out with all these chocolate eating ass kids. That's what it is. She gave you the Willy Wonka chocolate factory ticket. And y'all sitting around like, oh, I want to eat some chocolate. Like, yeah, you cash that ticket in. Go contact the labor department, contact the workforce department, get that, run your numbers. Guarantee you're going to see a discrepancy. You will see one and you'll be like, man. And like she said, once the states and government starts knowing that this is rampant across the boards, there won't be a time for a settlement. There won't be a time for them to say, oh, yeah, well, we're going to go to court like California. Oh, there's 16 million in stolen wages and fares. We know it's stolen wages. She just gave you the shortcut to getting your wages back without going through you got to deal with arbitration. We'll give each driver $500. No, because you probably stole more from one driver than you did from the other driver. So you're not sharing the $2,500 you stole from me. Give me back $500. Then you just made $2,000 off of me because you stole $2,500 from me, made me pay taxes on that $2,500 extra, but yet you gave me $500. No, it's not working. You basically gave me money back to pay taxes on what you stole from me is what you gave me. It's like, no. All right, Bright, thank you. So she just gave you the shortcut into not having to deal with that shit that California's dealing with, all the stolen wages, the DoorDash lawsuit with all of the tips. Nobody has to deal with that. She gave you the straight to the source. And that's what you do, man. That's what you do. Get your money. And hopefully everybody's opted out. If you haven't opted out of Uber and Lyft, there's a video that I got on my homepage. If you just type in opt out in the search of my videos, you see this opt out popped up. There's an email address in there that you can opt out of Uber and Lyft's arbitration. I know Uber's is in there for sure. I can't remember if I put Lyft's in there or not. Can't do it. See the Volvo XC90. Oh, that's a nice car. I like that. Those are the SUVs right there, man. Those things are really nice. They're fast as hell, though. I actually did some work on the XC90. You'll see on this channel, I did lower control arms for XC90. So, yeah, that's a pretty nice truck. That's a nice truck. Oh, yeah, I get dressed, white shirt, black tie, like I'm doing Uber Black every day. And I'm going to tell you, Derek, people appreciate that more than what you think. When I walk up and people are like, oh, shit, this is our driver right here, man. They love it. Because it makes them feel important that somebody actually decided to dress up just to come pick them up. It makes them feel important. Now, I do ride around in my t-shirts and shit. When I drive the Beamer, I don't dress up driving the Beamer. I wait until I'm doing a busy night where I'm taking people to dinners, where I'm taking people to symphony orchestras, taking people to airports. Those are when I really like to dress up. But if I'm just doing a bunch of kids and shit going from, IHOP to the dorms, I'm not wearing a suit and shit for that. These is kids. They don't care what I'm wearing. And I'm not trying to make them my private clients anyways. I'm just trying to hurry up and hit this bonus by God, if you do $6, like I did the $6 per ride. I didn't dress up when I got the $6 per ride all week. I drove the BMW, $6 per ride. I was working 5 a.m. till 3 p.m. every day, wearing t-shirts and sweatpants. I didn't dress up for that because I was doing like little rides. I wasn't trying to even create private rides. And I'm making $2,200 in like 35 hours. And I was like, cool. That's all I wanted to do. Then I go back to my private people. Then I dress up, jump in a truck. Now I'm back. But yeah, don't think, you got to dress up every time you get in the car. I tell folks, it's nice if you can, but it's not necessary. It depends on who you're going to be driving around. If you're driving around people who, especially like people going to concerts and stuff like that, nobody really cares if you dress up. Half of them are wearing like, Megadeth t-shirts, Led Zeppelin t-shirts. If you wore a Metallica t-shirt, they'd be happy. They'd be like, oh, you like Metallica too? Wear exactly whatever concert you're going to. Wear that concert shirt. Wear just a cool shirt. They'll love it because everybody's wearing t-shirts all through the concert. But you don't always have to dress up, always. And I tell folks that. And Matt, the guy whose van I was working on, I told him my hack the other night. I said, the easiest thing for you to do is, because I used to go to the Goodwill and take all my clothes, like all my old corporate suits, I would take to the Goodwill. They were all tailored. DKNY, Jose Bank, all these suits ended up at the Goodwill because I would take them there. So go there and you can find coats, nice suit coats, $25, $35. I showed them the other night. I said, this right here is a set that I wear. I'm going to show you a set that I wear all the time. Let me see. Where is it at? Yeah. So this is a set that I wear right here. And the only thing that I didn't get from the Goodwill were the shoes and the hat. But this right here, That suit right there, that's 100% Goodwill. That's a $25 jacket, and that's probably $8 pants. But they're real close. They almost match. So I bought them because they almost match. That's a $25 jacket, $9 pants. I already had the shoes already. I had the hat and I had the shirt already. So for less than $40, I dress like this for less than $40. This is how I dress for less than $40. So you don't think you got to go out there, and this is all from the Goodwill. It's all from the Goodwill. So you don't got to go out there spending $400 or $500 on clothes. Like, no. Even the vest I get, you can go in the Goodwill and you can see vests. All the vests are $7, $8 a piece. All the vests, $7, $8 a piece. All of them. Man. This is, man, you know I'm in Dallas. I tell every driver, you got to have a wow factor. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's what you got to do, man. Oh, yeah, I get fly for the airport because Jose, at the airport, everybody's watching you. There's other people at the airport watching you. And they'll be like, hey, do you got a card? Oh, you here to wait on somebody? The airport is where people want somebody to come, with a nice, dressed up nice. Airports always dress at the airport, whether you pick up or drop off. Man. See, I just went to men's warehouse in Dallas, bought 6 pair of pants and a vest for $150. That's how it works, brother. 6 pair of pants and a vest for $150. And there's people out there right now spending $300, $400 on one suit to drive around in rideshare with. I'm like, no, bro, we don't make a lot of profits to the point where we can even dress like that. This is not corporate where we're all making $120,000 a year while, having a car parked in a parking garage. We're driving the shit out of these cars. Depreciation is eating these cars alive. So you got to save somewhere. I choose to save in the gear I wear. I'm not going to be going out. First thing I do is go to the Goodwill. I hit 2 or 3 a day. Sometimes I leave with absolutely nothing because sometimes there's just nothing there. I'll cruise. I'll look at make sure it fits first. If it fits nice, look at the name tag. What kind of, oh, cool. This is Donna Karen DKNY. I got Liz Claiborne suits and shit for men's. Man, it's so much stuff because I put my stuff in the Goodwill. So I know it's good stuff there. You just got to find it. It's like searching for treasure. People jump in the ocean and find millions of dollars worth of treasure. And the ocean is full of like fish doo-doo, dead sharks and shit. It's the worst place to be. The ocean is the worst, nastiest ass algae and shit, seaweed. But you can come up with millions of dollars in the bottom of all that nasty shit if you go through it. That's the Goodwill. It's an ocean of nasty shit. And you got to go through it. And you say, man, this right here, Louis Vuitton, I got a vest. I got to show people something. This is a vest that I used to wear all the time. Is it in bikes? Where is it at? Where is it at? I used to wear my vest all the time. Now my vest, that thing expensive, at least $300. Wilson Leathers vest, $300 vest, super nice, super soft, $25 from the Goodwill. Still had the tags on it. Sometimes people pass away. And when they pass away, the family just throws all this shit in bags and takes it to the Goodwill. They don't even know what's in there. They say, well, what you going to do with all of Richard's clothes? We're just going to give it all to the Goodwill. We ain't got time to go through all that shit and have garage sales and sell shit on eBay. Just bag it all up, drop it up at the Goodwill. And you going through like dead people shit. You like people are passing away or people, they get too big or they get too little. They got to give stuff away. Man, I lost a lot of weight. What you going to do with all these clothes, man? Just give it to the Goodwill because they don't want to be bothered with it. So we cruise through and take a look. Like there's many times I walk in that door and I leave with nothing because it ain't nothing there. I'll go through the rack like, this fits, but I don't know, man. It's a rip right here. I don't want to go get that fixed. No, I don't like that. Put it back on the shelf. Oh man, this is easy. It's got a button. I could just sew a new button on there. There's one button missing, no problem. And sometimes when the button is missing, you open a thing, the spare button's on the inside. So just cut the spare button out the inside and you put it where the button is missing. Easy shit. And you like, dude, I just got like $150 sport coat for like $19. It's like, it happens like that, man. You gotta understand. And I'm a mechanic. I'm an old school mechanic. So I look at everything and just like I was telling Daniel and them at the meeting the other day, I'm somebody who says, if you tell me the truth about this car, I'll buy it from you. If you lie to me about this car, I don't know what else you lied about. So if you tell me, hey man, you could buy this car right here, but it's got a few problems. You're gonna need a new battery. The alternator might be going out. The water pump's kind of clanking a little bit, and I think it needs new rear brakes. Okay, well, you told me all the truth. There's full disclosure. You told me the truth about it. I can afford that. I'll buy it. Okay, cool. I'll buy it at this price if you're willing to sell it to me for that price. You negotiate based on truth. You give up your time, you give up your money, you give up energy, all based on truth. But you got to negotiate an honest truth. If you don't negotiate an honest truth and you're dealing with lies, then it's not it. Thank you, my man Thomas. I appreciate that, brother. Private clients and credit card swipes. Thank you for the support of the channel, brother. Thank you, my man. Like I said, when you support the channel like that, YouTube sees it. And YouTube is like, you know what? Let's put this guy in an algorithm. Let's put him in an algorithm. Let's see how many more drivers we can get to pay. 300 is going to grow. So thank you, Thomas, man, for helping the 300 grow, helping YouTube see us. They see us coming, man. They see us coming. But no. But I was telling them, and I was like, if you tell me the truth about this car, I'm more likely to buy it than you lying to me about the car, telling me the car runs fine. I drive off and it starts overheating and starts smoke coming out the back. Now I feel like you got me. Because I'm like, bro, you told me that there was no issues with this car. There's no problems with it. You told me that and you sold it to me and I'm driving it. And now it's got all these clinking and clanking and shit going on. Oh yeah, man, I forgot to tell you it need this. You didn't forget. You lied by omission. You left it out just so to trick me to buy it. That's why you left it out. So I tell people, even when I was dealing with PAX, even when I deal with the apps, I said the best thing you could do is tell people the truth about PAX. Tell people the truth about anything you deal with. Because as long as you tell the truth and you say all the things that are wrong, like this is what we're fixing, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. You fix those things, it's more solid. But if you don't tell the truth and everybody has issues and problems and all this crazy shit going on, they're not going to trust you no more. They're not going to trust you because they always have, like DIMZ is working on her app right now. What did she say? She's working on all the hiccups and glitches to make sure when she does put it out there, it don't have those issues. So she don't have to come up with a bunch of explaining. But if you put something out there and it's got issues, say the issues. If you sell a car with a alternator, you know it's going out. Say, hey, I think the alternator is going out. Sometimes I'll be driving, the meter will go from 13 down to 11, and then it'll just bounce back up to 14 after I think the alternator. Tell the truth. Because if you try to sell somebody some shit without telling them everything, it's going to be a hard sell once they start seeing this little issue, this little issue, this little issue. I don't know, man. Maybe this person's bullshitting us, man. Maybe they're just bullshitting us. And that's why I told PAX, this is what I'm doing. I am letting everybody know the entire truth about PAX because we heard enough lies about Uber. DIMZ, she came on today, exposed way more lies that's going to get you more money, more lies that they're, and she even got it from Lyft. Oh, well, what we put on a 1099 is what we paid you. We got the lies from Lyft. So there's enough apps out there that's not willing to tell people the whole truth. So when we bring somebody like me to the front and say, hey, we're going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you all about this car. The fact that it might need new tires. You willing to put new tires on it? Yeah. It might need, a new serpentine belt. The rear window don't roll down. It needs the new window regulator. That's cool. At least you told me everything. That's how I'm about PAX. At least I told you everything. When you say, well, what about, well, Jeff already said that he told you that was going to happen. Oh, well, shit, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, he told you that. What about this and that? Oh, well, he told you, man, when you get a scheduled ride, it might be like today. Jack was saying something about that, about scheduled rides, trying to put a scheduled ride close to you. We're independent contractors. I'm going to tell you why Uber, Lyft, PAX, any app out there that schedules rides, any app that will schedule a ride will not schedule a ride close to you. You have to choose a scheduled ride close to you. Uber will show you a list of scheduled rides coming up. It'll say somebody way out in Buckeye is trying to get to the airport at 2:30 in the morning. Everybody can see it because it's on the app. Everybody can see it. It depends on who's choosing it. Do I choose it? If I choose it, that means I'm accepting it. And now I got to find rides out to Buckeye to pick this person up to come all the way back. Because if I just do a dry drive out there, this trip don't make no sense. PAX is the same way. It does exactly what all other apps do. It shows you scheduled rides. The only difference is that somebody specifically scheduled with you. Now you know what time to be there. Now you know I can just get a ride sequence to get out there, and then I'm at my scheduled ride. So us being independent contractors, we can be anywhere at any given time. It's 5:45 right now. I could be in Gilbert right now if I took a ride from the airport to Gilbert, so I wouldn't be next to my house no more. So for me to only schedule rides next to my house when I'm an independent contractor that can end up in Gilbert, I can end up in Maricopa, will be because even if I scheduled a ride next to my house, but I took somebody from Gilbert all the way to the airport, guess what? I got to drive all the way back, dead miles, all the way back to my own house because I scheduled a ride next to my house. So don't think A scheduled ride has to be near your house. It just has to be far enough into the future so you can work with it. That's it. If it's far enough into the future where I can work with it, I'm good. If I get a ping right now at 5:45, I get a ping saying, hey, Jeff, in 15 minutes, you got to be in Cave Creek. Cave Creek's at least a good hour away from me. It's not going to work out. Dude, we need to ride. Bing. I'm like, damn, it's going to show me being like 43 miles away. A rider's going to look at that shit and be like, dude, this dude's like 43 miles away. Why did he accept this ping? That's stupid. But if it's a scheduled ride, scheduled for tomorrow, I'll accept it right now because it's not till tomorrow, which means I'm going to grab somebody from the airport, take them up to Scottsdale, grab somebody from Scottsdale, take them up to North Scottsdale. Now I'm almost to Cave Creek. That's how you handle it. That's how you handle it. You got to kind of have your time and your rides lined up. This is why I explain to people who want to drive with PAX exactly what PAX is. So there is no surprises. There is no, why in the hell would somebody in Cave Creek schedule with me? I don't live by Cave Creek. They don't give a shit where you live. No app cares where you live. You have to care where you live. But you know, if you got to get to Cave Creek and you got a whole day to get up there, you better set up a ride sequence to get up there. If it was an instant ping, of course it's a hell no. Because you're not driving 43 miles to pick up somebody just to drive them 10 miles south. You're not doing that. But if you say, hey, it's a good 10-mile route. If I take them 10 miles south and I'm getting $50, man, that's $5 a mile. I just got to get up there. So you start lining up rides to get up there. That's how you use PAX. And a lot of people, like I said, they're not used to an app like PAX being out yet because we have no scheduling app out there like that. There's no app out there where somebody can schedule directly with you. Normally, we choose which rider we want because all the rides are on an app. And we go, no, that's too far away. I won't be there in 15 minutes. I can't be there in 30 minutes. I'm not waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do that little ride. We see all the scheduled rides we want to choose. PAX is backwards. It's all the rides that want to choose you now. So now you got to work with how in the hell am I going to work this out? These people want me. They're in Fountain Hills and they want to come to the airport, but I live by the airport and I got to drive all the way to Fountain Hills to get them. Man, now you got to find a ride that takes you up to Shea, up to the Mayo Clinic. Sit in this area, get somebody going north, then get somebody going to the east a little bit. You got to work through it. This is a totally different app, totally different. But I'm willing to work with them, man. I said I'm willing to work with PAX, and I'm willing to get people to understand how this app is being used. Sure, I may not get along with everybody on PAX, but I don't get along with everybody on YouTube either. It's just the same thing. I just don't, I'm one of those people, man. I'm one of those people that if you can't just be straight up, then just don't even deal with me. Just don't deal with me because I'm too straight up. I'm way too straight up. What up, Alex? I'm way too straight up. So when people sit up there and they're like, oh yeah, these are all I'm gonna do all the super chats up. This is from my man Go Get It Ron. He sent this saying, thanks, DIMZ. Then I got what? Let me back up some. Here we go. It's my man Greg from earlier. Thank you. I know the lives barely paid. So Jeff, wanted to appreciate the big time, bro. Thank you. My man Brian D came through. Appreciate all you do. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Go Get It Ron. Thanks, DIMZ. She dropped all that knowledge for us. Bam. My man Charvel came through, said, time to doge the apps. Let's audit these, mom. My man Darius came through, says, hey, don't know how long you're going to be on Lyft, but I'll try to come back. Hopefully he goes out, makes some money, and he shoots back into the barbecue. My man Thomas down in San Diego, private clients and credit card swipes. Get that Square app. If you want to accept credit cards from people and you don't just want to do Cash App, and Venmo, get the Square app. It's free. You don't even need a Square reader. You can just tap to pay. Every phone has a tap to pay feature. I think it's like NFC or something like that. So if somebody has a credit card and it's got the little tap thing on it, you just hold your phone over it. Boop, you got paid. Businesses love that because they can write it off and you can send them an instant receipt immediately. So make sure you get Square on your phone. Get Square. Open up your client base. Open it up, man. So, oh yeah, if they give you time way before you picking them up, that's better. Oh yeah. So for everybody out there who wants to know how we do so well, especially with people who are business people who say, hey, I'm gonna need a receipt because I actually get reimbursed for all my trips. Those are the best trips to have. Trips that are reimbursable. When a trip is reimbursable, you don't have to really look at Uber. You can look at Uber and Lyft if you want to, but don't short yourself. It's a reimbursable trip, which means the corporation needs these trips for write-offs because they want to be in a lower tax bracket anyways, instead of giving all this money to the government. So instead of Uber paying you $20 for it, Lyft paying you $20 for it, but they're charging a person, $63, you just tell them, hey, I'll do it for $60. They might do it for, give you 70. Hey, I'll always tip the driver 70. So now you made $70 on a trip with the tip and everything instead of 20. That's a whole $50 gap each way. You're making $100 more round trip, $100 more round trip. Just like my man today, Mike, he hit me up. What did he make? I dropped the short about it. He made an extra $140 in just the tip alone. Now the app would have paid, he made $320 on the trip. What up, Frank? So he made $320. Hey, Frank, I might got a job for you too, brother. There's a van that needs some work on it. It's kind of like oxidizing a little bit. So I'm going to send somebody to you. So I'm going to send you his information. And I'm going to have him send you the photographs so you can see what he needs done to the van. I'll do it when I get off the live stream. But yeah, it was, so what he did, he got paid $320 total. Now, from 43rd Ave to Talking Stick, I've seen that ride a lot of times. That's almost over by the Talking Stick casino, whatever, not casino, but the what do you call it? The outdoor stadium or whatever. Talking Stick Stadium, whatever they call it. Amphitheater. That's it. Amphitheater. It's a Talking Stick amphitheater. So he's over by there, but he was going all the way, what up, Gary, to the casino. Now, the app would have probably paid him, especially if he was doing black or black SUV, it would have paid him maybe $60 each way. So he would have made about $120. He ended up making $320 because he told them he'll do it there and back for $180. Which is $90 each way. So he just said $30 more each way than what the apps would have probably paid him. $30 each way. Because they'll give you rides from there to Scottsdale all the time. $24 in a basic car. $24. $24? What? Man, that's a long ass drive for $24 through all that traffic and everything else like that. It's crazy. The black SUV might pay you between $55, $65, somewhere in that area. That's it. For all that traffic and fighting through all that 202 and that 10 traffic. Now, he charged $90 each way. And the people are like, that's cool. $90 each way is fine. $180 cool. $180 is cool. $90 each way, $180 cool. They ended up giving him $320, an extra $140. So instead of him making that little bit of money the apps would have paid him, and this is only his second private client ever. And I told him, because my consultations, if you don't know, I do consultations on the phone and I do them for $75. You get an hour. If you only need 30 minutes, then you got a credit for half an hour the next time you call back, or I call you back or whatever. But I talked to him the Thursday before he started doing private clients. He was like, well, I want to get into private clients. What do I got to do to get into private clients? So I started telling him. Now, a lot of what I told him on the phone, I don't really say online a lot because there's certain things that I don't want the apps to know, because I don't want to give away the full playbook. I can't give away the full playbook. The apps know how to, they be shutting doors on us. Every time I say something, they shut a door. If I said, hey, in Google, if you open up Google, you can see how much they're charging on Google. They took that shit away the very next day. They was like, oh, take that off. So what I told him was a series of things what he could do to improve his chances on getting a client. But not only that, on just being fair. Just be fair. Because I told you, people want to pay us. I say it all the time. People want to pay us. Just be fair. If you say, hey, man, you know what? I'll do it for $50. They're going to give you 100 anyways, because they think 50 is low and they know you're being really nice. And when you get a client that knows how considerate and how nice you are, you can only be thankful that you ran across that client's path. Be thankful you ran across their path, because everybody's not like that. We get people $20. Okay. Man, can you just do it for 10? Can you do it for like 5? You get those type of people out there. Then it's like, bro, I'm doing the best I could do to help you, and you still trying to screw me over. On the apps, you be paying like 40. I told you 20. What up, there? Just I'm back. So we do get people out there who are not thankful and appreciative of what we do for them. But then we get those that are really thankful, really appreciative. And that's what I told them. You can't waste your time with certain clients who don't really appreciate what you do. There'll always be people on buses, always be people on trains and trams and stuff like that. Always be people taking taxis, Uber and Lyft. Not everybody's going to be a private client. It's just impossible. Not everybody's, it's like everybody eats at the steakhouse and McDonald's just closes one day. No, you will always have people eating that shit at McDonald's. You will always have that. I want some nuggets. Ain't even real nuggets. I don't want a burger. Ain't even a real burger. But it's always going to be people eating there. You want the steakhouse people. That's who you're looking for. If you get the steakhouse people, you're not going to need a whole lot of them. You're not. You only need a handful of steakhouse people. McDonald's people, you're going to need a drive-through worth of motherfuckers to take. And that's a lot of trips a day. A lot of trips a day. And a lot of them going to be shitty trips. They're going to be trips where you showing up and there's like 8 big-ass things of laundry. You got to go to a laundromat. You do all this for $9. Man, I got 8 baskets of laundry. I got to take this person here, this and that. $8. And then some of the laundry shit spilled. So now my car smells like Tide. That's what you get for $8. So you don't want a lot of $8 people when you can get 1 or 2 people. Just says, man, $100. You clean your car top to bottom. You make sure the wheels are clean. You make sure you got tire dressing on. You got the seats wiped out. You got leather conditioner. You got the vent sprayed out nicely. Because for $100, they deserve that. These $8 rides, you don't even have time to clean your car for these $8 rides. When you pull up the people, it's shit all in the floor, napkins, leftover straws and everything. You don't even have time to clean it. But for you getting $8, you shouldn't really have to. When they're getting in people's cars and Uber and Lyft and they're complaining, what up, Saint STL, my brother? When you hear about people complaining about how dirty Uber and Lyft cars be, when do Uber and Lyft drivers have time to even clean them? They've got to do 20 to 30 rides a day at an average of about $8 a ride to make $320. They're doing all it. I'm gonna have a $300 day. Man, I had to do 36 rides a day, man. Average of 8, because you're doing these $3 rides, these $4 rides, these $6 rides. You get a $16 ride. You might get a $20 ride. You're doing all of these miles, all of this driving. You don't even have time to clean your car. When you have private clients, those are the people that are paying you to clean your car. When they get in, they want to look like it came off the showroom floor. Completely vacuumed. I sit in the back seat sometimes like I'm a rider, and I look to see where I can see everything. I like look and I see if I see in a groove. I lean over. I sit in the car and I'm like, okay, I can see some up under the seat right here. Vacuum it up. Look like somebody's shoe hit right there. Wipe that down. Oh, look like somebody, near some shoe hit there. Wipe it down. Oh, the seat's got, wipe everything down. When they're sitting in the car, they should look like nothing ever touched this car before. They're paying you for that. Uber and Lyft riders aren't paying you for that. They're paying for whatever shows up. The last person that got out left their mess. So now you're like, hey, man, there's a McDonald's French fry bag sitting on the floor back here. You're like, what? Man, they must have left that damn. Man, I accepted this ride while I was dropping them off, so I ain't have time to clean my car. So you got people in your back seat telling you what to clean when they get out. Hey, man, there's like a couple of gum wrappers back here. Somebody left a Red Bull can back here. There's a Red Bull can in here. They're like pointing out shit to clean as you're driving them. So when you drop them off, you got to hurry up and go by a trash can, take everything out, throw it in the trash, jump back in because you got another ping coming through. Uber and Lyft don't pay you to clean cars. That's why when I do Uber and Lyft and I'm driving, usually I'm in the Beamer. And that Beamer is nice. It's clean. It's not as comfortable and nice as this big ass truck is. So you don't get the big truck price. My clients get the big truck price. They get the big truck, the clean machine. They get that, the nice music hooked to Spotify. That's what they get. When I'm driving the Beamer, Lyft calls it a basic car. Uber calls it a basic car. So you're going to get a basic ass ride. That's what when I could do a private ride in my Beamer and you will get it all cleaned up. Wheels doctored up, everything super clean. If I'm doing a private ride in that Beamer, if I'm doing a basic ride, you getting basic treatment. And people say, well, that's why you don't get no tips. Do I like a waitress? Do I like a motherfucking waitress? I don't work for tips. I work for money. So when I'm out driving my big ass truck and I'm getting $100 bill, there ain't no tips on that. When I'm getting $120, ain't no tips on that. People like they pay for that level of quality of. Oh man, I was gonna give you a $5 tip on a $5 ride. You're gonna give me a $5 tip on a $5 ride, and I'm supposed to like jump through hoops and shit for this. Say, bro, you lucky I even gave you a ride. This is fucking bus fare. You lucky I even gave you a ride. It's like I could do this without it. I could just drive somewhere without this. I saw you, I picked you up, I pinged you, and I drove you. Yeah, man. But the car's kind of dirty a little bit. Like it should be, because somebody just like you just got out. Like motherfuckers dirty as hell. Like, but when my people climbing out, oh, I take care of my car because they pay for that time. when I'm sitting in the parking lot, wiping it down, getting all the dust off, back windows, inside of the windows, interior of windows, getting all the dust off, getting everything going. Because when I pick them up, I want them to think this car just came from the dealership because they're paying for it. Man, it's a way to do it, man. It's a way to do it. Low pay to the driver, yet the passenger's paying ridiculous prices and expect a clean car. I'm telling you, DIMZ, I'm telling you. And this is how they do it. This is what they do. They expect a certain level of, because they're paying the apps and the apps aren't paying the drivers. And they're saying, oh, well, if you got a problem with the pay, then you need to talk to the apps. You need to talk to Uber and Lyft if you got a problem with the pay. And I'd be like, well, if you got a problem with how clean this fucking car is, you need to talk to the apps and tell them you need to pay your drivers a little more so they can clean these cars, because these cars they're showing up not clean. Jeff, is your car not clean? I'm like, no, because I'm just accepting all these pings back to back because I got to do like 20 trips a day just so I can afford paying for this car. Y'all got me doing all these trips at dirt cheap prices, so I don't have time to stop and clean it. If I stop and clean it, that's cleaning solution. That's my time off the app. That's, I'm not making no money cleaning it. I'm not getting no tips. I do 23 trips and I get 3 tips. So no, you get what you get. On Uber and Lyft, you get what you get. If you want to get some real good service, that's when you grab a private driver. That's like, you know what, man? I'm trying to ride on all these Lyft, because I tell Uber and Lyft drivers, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Cars show up covered in dust. I don't blame you. Seats ain't been wiped down. I don't blame you, because you don't get paid for that. You barely getting paid at all as it is. I don't blame you for not vacuuming it out after every other ride. You're doing 30 rides a day. You cannot vacuum out the car every time somebody get out. It's impossible. If you did that, you wouldn't be doing 30 rides a day. You'd be doing like 11, because all that time you're using will be vacuuming. Man, I got to go to this place. I got to vacuum. I got to wipe this down. I got to clean this. After every ride, if you did that, you made $11. Then for the next 20 minutes, you're vacuuming and wiping everything down. You make another $11. Next 15 minutes, you're wiping things down. You make another $11. Now I got to wipe down all the dust on the outside, clean the wheels. You done made $33 in like 4 hours and pass. And you done made $33 on 3 $11 rides, because you like, I'm trying to wipe my car down while I'm driving people at the same time. Uber and Lyft don't pay you enough for that. I don't blame you. If you roll up in something dusty, I don't blame you, because you got to take a whole lot of rides just to pay for that car, period. Fuel, time, opportunity. When you start getting private clients, trust me, that $80 you getting, that $60, that's paying for your time. You cleaned it before you got there. You're going to wipe it down. You're going to get their napkins. You're going to, they got an empty Solo cup. You're going to take that, you're cleaning up after them. They paid for that. It's like going to a 4-star hotel, 5-star hotel, 4 seasons. You go to a 5-star hotel. Oh, you're going to have some mints on the bed. You're going to have an ink pen. You're going to have a pad. You're going to have like USB charging ports. You're going to have a flat. You're going to have some crazy shit at 4 seasons. You go to Motel 6, you be lucky to have some towels. Hey man, can we get some towels? Because I think these already been used. They was on the floor in the bathroom. Oh yeah, we turned your room, but we was in a rush. Well, can you bring me some towels? That's what you get at Motel 6. That's Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft is the Motel 6 of the fucking hotel industry. That's what you're gonna get. You're not getting that 4 seasons treatment. When you got private clients, you get that 4 seasons treatment. You should not be paying these little cheap prices getting 4 seasons treatment. If you treating people like they had the 4 seasons, but they paying you these little, that's why Uber and Lyft are winning. Oh, this was an amazing ride. Here's a $20 tip. And you get $1. You're like, wait a minute. I thought the dude said it was an amazing ride. It was a great ride. It was the best ride he ever had. How did I get a $1 tip? Because Uber kept 19. They tipped 20, and Uber's like, man, the more we send this dude out, man, he's making $20 tips back to back. Dude, give him like $1, give him $3, give him $2, and keep the rest of them. So you out there driving all day for tips, and you ain't getting none of them. Why do you think Uber and Lyft and DoorDash all sued for stealing tips right now? Riders think we get those tips. We don't get those tips. Go to the app. You really think these people are sitting at the apps, at the computer, knowing they're about to lose their job because they're not generating enough revenue, but they see you as a driver generating all this revenue right in front of their faces. Man, dude got a $10 tip on this ride. Keep that. Don't get that to him. Keep that. Because we paid him too much on the last ride. Keep that. Okay, well, shit. Man, he just got a $20 tip on this ride. Give him $2.13 out of that. Give him $2.13. But he got 20. Give him $2.13. Keep the rest. Okay. And next thing you know, at the end of the day, they're all looking around like, man, this dude, he just made up an extra, $113 in the tips that we didn't give him. It's like, yeah, exactly. That's why I tell folks, man, if you think these apps are treating you right, you ain't drove on these apps long enough. You ain't drove on them long enough. Oh yeah, there you go, Dims, and that's why they 1099K farmers off. They got somebody sitting at the computer going, oh yeah, keep that. Oh yeah, dude just got a $40 tip, man, $40. Give him 19. I got a $14 tip the other day. I got a $14 tip on who types in 14. It was a whole number. It was $14. It said 14. Who types in 14? And you type in 20. You type in 15, 25, 30. Nobody types in 14. It's gonna say custom tip. I like to leave $17.19 as a tip. No, that shit's auto-calculated when you see shit like that. But if somebody's gonna put a whole number in there, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50, 100. This motherfucker said 14. And I said, I bet they left me a $20 tip and they kept $6. Guaranteed they left me a $20 tip because that was a good ass ride. Them girls was fun. We was laughing the whole time. One's from Tucson, one lives up by where I stay actually. We were laughing, cracking them, having a good time. I guarantee they didn't hit no 14. He's worth 14. It's like, no, motherfucker, give him 20. Oh yeah, that was a $20 ride. He was great. 20. What do I see on my screen? 14. That's why them 1099K forms is off. What up, Will? What up, Will from Cincy, my man? So yeah, make sure, like I said, with the way this live stream is set up, I'm gonna have to cut out some of what Dim said in the beginning and make that his own deal, because that is some critical, important information. That was gold. She dropped gold, man. She dropped gold bars off the Titanic. She like to do, I'm throwing gold bars off the Titanic, god damn it. She dropping gold on everybody today. So hopefully, like I said, you guys, I know it's 6 o'clock right now. I think there's still some sunlight out there. So I got to get out there right now, take the back end of this car off. Like, man. So I'm going to get out here today, take off the back end of this car, at least have the rear done, flip it around. So tomorrow I got a private client early in the morning and I'll drop her off, come back, and then I'll work on the front end, get that out the way. But I appreciate you guys for sitting through this whole live stream. 2 hours. It was a quick one. This was one of our quickest ones. I know who was that? Lane Giggies was like, man, an hour, it's an hour live stream. I was like, bro, we start getting warmed up at an hour. It's like an hour is not enough. So I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel today. Much love on that. Because when you guys super chat or you super thanks videos, YouTube algorithm sees that, because YouTube is a corporation that wants to make money off the creators that it allows into their partner program. And if we as partners can go out into the community and we can generate a valuable, profitable base, we got drivers out here making money, way more money now than what we made just doing on the apps. So we are a good base of people. Drivers are way more important than what people think we are. Oh, what else you do for a living? All you do, bro, I make $140 in 7 miles. That's DIMZ Dallas. I make $140 in 7 miles. What do you do for a living? She's getting attorney paid. She getting paid more than registered nurses, operating room nurses. They don't make as much as that. I mean, she's getting what, $140 in like 15 minutes of time? And you asking, well, what else you do for a living other than this? What else do I need to do? It's like, man. And that's why I tell folks, this channel is one of the only channels that got people over here making true contractor money. We don't make the employee $15 an hour, $20 an hour, because then all of that's depreciation that we can't afford no more because we done beat these cars up. This channel is the only true contractor channel that will show you how to make the money you need to make to consider yourself a contractor and not an employee. You want to expand, you want to build? What? She started off with a Honda Odyssey. She got the BMW X7. Now she's got the big van with the wheel checks. She's got vehicles she can use right now. She's got the X7 and she got rid of the Odyssey. She's got the X7 in the van. She's still using true contractor. You have options now. We build up people over here to say, hey, you need to have options. If your only option is Uber or Lyft, if that's your only option, it's basically the same option. It's the same damn option. They're the same companies. They both gonna rip you off, steal your tips, throttle you down, control you, make you hungry, so you just start taking any ride out there. They're the same damn app. Do not let Uber and Lyft be your only option. Where you live, in the community you live in, you need to say, all these people here are options I could take. I want to make sure I'm there every time that person texts me. Can you get to me to the airport? I'm going to be there. Hey, can you do that? I'm going to be there. Hey, can you pick up my cousin? I'm going to be there. Can you go pick up my grandma? I'm going to be there. That's how you become a solid contractor, how you become a reliable, dependable contractor. And I'm glad that YouTube is starting to throw me on the algorithm. Man, we hit 14,000 subs on this little ass channel. I honestly believe with the 14,000 subs on this channel, there are more high profit, not pigeons, but not pigeons, but high profit drivers over here. We have more high profit drivers on this little small ass 14,000 sub channel, more high profit drivers than any other rideshare channel out there. I will put money on that. I'll put money on that. Everybody else, oh yeah, I got to drive 75 hours a week. I drive 80 hours a week. I got drivers over here within 30 minutes. They're already making $100. 30 minutes, already at $100. An hour pass. I've seen I had a $500 hour before. You see $300 hours all the time on this channel. So many drivers over here make $300 an hour, $200 an hour. Like with Mike, he drove to Talker Stick and back. And guess what? $320. It only took him about an hour and a half. Maybe not even that. Maybe an hour 15 if it wasn't no traffic. $320. Those are the type of drivers that exist on this channel. These are the type of contractors I'm looking for. I'm not looking for some out there. Oh yeah, man, I got 100% AR, no cancels, and I'm at a 4.95. Okay, good for you. How much money you got? Well, I gotta call my mom and ask her because she's connected to my bank account because I don't have enough to have my own bank account yet. Yeah, exactly, motherfucker. You 47 years old sharing a bank account with your mom. Yeah, but I got 100% AR. It's like, okay. Over here is like everybody, 100% profits. That's what we're looking for. How can I maximize the dollars? Because I'm not gonna sit there and try to drive this car into the ground just to turn around and put all that money into a shop's pocket. I can't do it. I can't, because then what money do you have left for yourself? You ain't got nothing left for yourself. You're like, bro, I just drove all the miles all the time, and I just gave a shop all the money I made for the last 3 weeks. They took all my profits, $1,800 in profits in the last 3 weeks, and they took it all. I'm back at zero again. Damn it. Yeah. Young boy, you telling me, man, I'm telling you, I tell folks, we ain't Greek. We smart over here. We smart. These fools out here driving 100,000 miles a year to make $100,000. I'm like, bro, if you cut that down into $4 a mile and you only have to do 25,000 miles in a year, I could do $300 in a day and I'm done because that's part of my year. Well, how come you don't drive more? I could make like the other day, I made like $500, but I did 2 or 3 things to do it. But if you got a $300 an hour and you still feel like you want to go out there, make a couple of $50, $60 an hour rides, do a couple of 56, you've earned it. You can earn a couple of $56 an hour. All right, cool. I did this $50 an hour, got that. It was only, 15 miles. I got $50 for it. You've earned it at that point. But it's like, we're not trying to do no 100,000 miles over here to make no $100,000. I want to see somebody says, man, I drove 20,000. My truck, I bought this truck with 80,000 miles on it last year. It said I had to register today and I bought it at 80,000 miles. Today I'm at, where this shit at? I saw it today on here somewhere. Where is it at? It said mileage on here. It said like 102,000 miles or something like that. Yeah. Oh, there it is. 102,716. So I drove from 80,000 miles to 102,000 miles. 22,000 miles I drove last year. 22,000 miles. That's it. 22,000. It pays for the truck, the BMW, all the insurances, the mortgage. You only have to drive 20,000 miles a year. I drove 22,000 miles last year in this black SUV. If I can drive 30,000 miles a year and I can average, let's say $6 a mile, that's $180,000 a year. Y'all seen me on this channel get $100 for going 9 miles. Y'all seen me get 100 going 7 miles. If I can say I want to average $6 a mile and drive 30,000 miles in a year, that's 180 grand. Y'all know I could do it because I just showed you right here. I bought the truck at 80,000 miles and I'm sitting at 102,000. So I did 22,000 miles in a year. So I could do 30,000 miles in a year, get my rates up to about $6 a mile, do another few thousand miles, drop 30 grand. That's almost $200,000 a year, almost 200 grand a year. What else you do for a living? This can't be all you do. Nah, man, I make $180,000 doing this a year. But when I stop doing this, I actually work at Hot Dog on a Stick for $11 an hour, flipping hot dogs all damn day. What do you think I do? If I'm making $100,000 a year, I ain't doing nothing. That's what I'm doing. Nothing. Yeah, like I'm going to leave my job driving and go put on a Hot Dog on a Stick hat. Had one of them old red, yellow, and blue ass hats. Like, wait a minute. That's our driver, bro. He's up at Hot Dog at the Stick at the mall. I just saw him. Hey, man, make sure you try our Inky Winky Dog. Inky Winky Dog's on sale right now. Buy one, get one. Like, bro, that's our driver. Bro said he don't do nothing but drive. This motherfucker's lying. Motherfucker, I call, pick him up. Hey, welcome, man. Pick him at the airport wearing my suit. Jeff, we didn't want to say nothing. My wife's kind of embarrassed, but do you happen to work at Hot Dog on a Stick? Actually, I do. I'm the #1 seller of Inky Winky Dogs. Like, whatever, motherfucker. I don't do nothing else. If I can get $6 a mile and I drop 30,000 miles, you will not see me selling Inky Winky Dogs. Hell no. And today, try our French dip on the dog. Look at this. It's a French dip on the dog. Like, motherfucker, I'm not working at Hot Dog on a Stick. You can't pay me to do this shit. If I'm making $6 a mile, nah. But yeah, it's a lot of these Uber drivers out there driving 80, 90 miles, 80 hours a week. They probably making less than a motherfucking Inky Winky Dog seller. The Inky Winky Dog guy, he's #1 Inky Winky Dog guy. Motherfucker making bonuses. He's getting a dollar per week bonus for every time he hits the Inky Winky level. Bro, I get an extra $1 on my paycheck. I hit Inky Winky level. That's what them goddamn Uber surges be looking like, Inky Winkies. Bro, it's $1.25. Motherfucker, that's an Inky Winky surge. What you talking about? Driving around. Oh, yeah, they don't, man. They don't. Them fools don't understand how much we make a week. And this is the thing, man. I tell folks all the time, man, we don't brag about we just know our worth, man. This is our worth. That's why you not doing real shit. I tell folks, man, we are profit drivers. But the reason why we drive profit is not to be turned up in the club. We ain't turned up in the club. We trying to make sure we can put some struts and tires on this car so we can pick you up. So when you sit on the side of the highway with all your luggage, all your money is going back into our business. So they're paying us to make sure we don't blow an engine. We don't run over, our van ain't overheating. We got serpentine belts. All the money we do, but we also got to park them somewhere. So we need an apartment, we need a house, we need somewhere to park this stuff. So all the money we make is not for kicking it and balling. No, we do this so we can afford to do this. We want to take care of the community. We want to be out there making sure we can get a whole family of 5 to the hospital, to the airport, all with luggage and everything. We want to make sure of that. That's what we're doing it for. So no, you won't catch a lot of us with, 2 and 3 jobs just to make it by. We just have to get better clients. We get people who understand what we're doing, and we say, we just need somebody who's willing to pay me $2 a mile for this ride, $3 a mile for this ride. That's it. Man, we got to go, we finna go over here. My cousin's house, man, is like 20 miles away. Do I get you $60, $70 for that? That's all we looking for. That's all we looking for. I'm not trying to go 20, 25 miles, 40 minutes, and you're going to give me $19 for it. $19 for 40 minutes worth of work, fuel, depreciation, risk, burning out my tires and brakes. $19 is not going to cut it. That's what you get paid working at the mall. You get $19 an hour working at the mall, not doing none of that to your car. So when we start getting clients that understand business and say, man, you guys are really beating these cars up. Yeah, I could put a lot of miles on this car. Like my truck, I only put 22,000 miles on this truck in the past year. That's it. 22,000 miles in 1 year. Ask these pigeons. They do that shit like in 2 months, 3 months. They had 20. I did 22,000 miles in a year with this truck, and I'm still cruising in it. Still got the tires. Everything's nice on the oil change. I did my transmission. When I first bought it, I drained the transmission, refilled it back up. Everything's going amazing. Ask these pigeons, they doing 2,000 miles a week. That means to go 20,000 miles, they do 10 weeks. 10 weeks, less than 3 months. They doing what I do in a whole year. They're doing it in 3 months, which means I'm apparently working 4 times better. Because if it takes them 3 months just to equal 12, and I'm doing it in 12, they're driving for $1 a mile. I'm averaging $4 a mile. That's all I ask for. If I can get up to $6 a mile, 30,000 miles a year, that's almost 200 grand, 200 G's. Less fuel. Don't got to pay a lot of fuel. So you don't see me at the gas station all the damn time. Less wear and tear on my car. This is what we doing over here, man. This is what we doing. And a lot of channels don't get it. They got folks up. Yeah, today I'm going to go out and I'm going to take every ride to show you guys how much I make if I take every ride. I can tell you without even doing it. You ain't going to make shit. I ain't even take no ride yet. How does Jeff know this? How does he know what we were going to do? How did he know we wasn't going to make shit? Because I'm experienced in rideshare. Stop doing these dumbass videos. I'm going to take all rides. I'm not going to reject a single one. And I'm going to show you guys how much I make. You're not going to make shit. That's my answer. That's my final answer. Guarantee it. At the end of the day, I end up making $14 an hour. Like, yeah, exact. What did I tell you? I got stuck in traffic 4 times. Yeah. We already know this already. We're experiencing this. We know this. We don't need to watch videos of people driving around all day. I'm not going to decline a single ride. Watch it, how much I make. Yeah, right. I'm not even wasting my time. It's like, I want to find out how can I go through this system and win. Those are the videos I want to watch. How can I win? Not how can I know how I can lose. All I got to do is just miss every shot. That's it. If I'm driving around at 100% AR, I'm missing the opportunity of finding those banger clients willing to pay $140 for 7 miles, $50 for 10 miles. I'm taking the opportunity to miss those. I did a 5-mile trip the other night, $40. Those are the clients you're missing, screwing around, taking every ride. You're missing the opportunity. You don't just sit at half court shooting shots all day. Sometimes do it the easy way, a layup. Private client is a layup. You go, oh shit, you're gonna make a bucket every time. I'm gonna make a bucket every time. See, you doing it on the app. You shooting from half court. That's the app, shooting from half court. You missing everything. I'm doing layups. Hey man, I'm only getting $23 for this ride, bro. Normally we getting like $35, $40 for these rides. They just pricing them way too low now. Well, we paid 40 for it. I'll tell you what, man, $35. They end up giving you 50. Hey man, here's 50 just for being straight up with us, man. Just for being real and not canceling the ride. Other night, I was taking these people and they thought I was going to cancel the ride on them. So we sit in the car and I'm like, yeah, I said, okay. And see, a lot of this shit I don't put online no more because these haters be calling Lyft on me and shit now. But I can tell y'all because they don't know which day I drove or which day I did it on. So I'm driving and I get to the people and it was too busy. So I pull up a little bit just so I can let the other cars get through. So I drive and I pull up a little bit. I said, hey y'all, I don't know how much y'all paid for this ride. I said, but it's offered me $24 for this ride. It's all it's offering, $24. I said, now normally we do about $40, $50 for these rides. Lady was like, oh, that's all we paid for. It was like $40. I was like, all right, well, we'll do it for 40 days. I'll just cancel. Okay, that's fine. So I canceled it. $50. Dude, I just spent the $50 bill at the grocery store yesterday getting groceries for the dogs and everything. I had to get some more stuff. $50 bill. It's been a long time since I had just a regular $50 bill. I'm like, this shit looks weird. I'm like, damn, it's kind of pink. I'm like, this motherfucker's kind of pink and shit. And I would have got $24 for that ride. I got $26 more just by telling the people the truth. Saying we getting about, $35, $40 for these rides. I don't know why they, said, well, that's all we really got. We paid for it. Then, we paid like $40. So I was like, all right, well, like we could just do it for that. I could just cancel so you ain't gonna worry about a cancel fee. I said, just make sure when I do cancel, they're gonna try to match you guys with another driver. Just cancel that one. Okay, cool. And they were all happy and shit. And then one lady was like, hey, can we choose a song? I was like, yeah, we could choose a song. Let me finish with this real quick. So I hurry up and I got through what I had to do, canceled it. The guy said, hey, give him this. Because she was in the very, very back. Reached over, gave me the $50 bill. I just put it in my pocket. It's that easy. It's layups. These is fucking layups. Half court is sitting around doing rides, 18, 19 miles all day. And you're getting $24. You're like, man, this ride looks kind of decent. I mean, I'm going in that direction anyways, but I don't like doing shit for gas money. I just don't like that idea. I'm too far north. I'm going south anyways. Should I do this for gas money? Nope. I'm doing it. Big C, my brother, thank you. Oh, man. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that super duper super chat. That's a inky winky dog super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. A hot dog on a stick just came through the building. Big C 305. Man, it's been a while since I've been able to catch you live. All blessed to you and everybody. Finally got my lounge up and running in Miami. It's called Crew Winwood. All Uber drivers that come by, I'm giving y'all 50% off right there, y'all. He's got a lounge in Miami. Google it. Crew Winwood. That's it right there. If you're in Miami, Eric, Triple E. I know Eric, he's in Palm Beach and stuff like that. I'm going to have to take a picture of this real quick just to make sure I got it for Eric, man, because I don't know if he's still on here. So make sure you guys go out there, man. Big C, my brother. Let me take a picture of that. There we go. So I'm gonna have to shoot that out in my email blast while I'm at it, man. I appreciate the super chat, man. I got an email blast. That's about 105 people on my email blast. Everybody's gonna get that. And so anybody in New York, right off the bat, no, we got drivers supporting drivers, taking care of drivers. So I'm gonna have to give you some for that sponsorship of this live stream like that, brother. I'm gonna have to give you some marketing for it. I'm gonna have to send that out in my email blast. Get everybody that's down in Miami to even talk to people in Miami. If you know a driver in Miami, if you got family in Miami, make sure you hit up the lounge, hit it up, support drivers, go down there and support drivers. So hopefully you just walk into work one day and be like, dude, where all these people come from? Oh man, we heard about you on the barbecue. It's like, what? Yeah, man. He said you giving drivers 50% off. Like, shit, all drivers be up in there. Like, yeah, man, we drove all the way like up. So definitely, man. That's what's up. I'm gonna have to tell my son's mom. They live down in Port St. Lucie, and I think that's about 3 hours from you. So what I'll do is I'll text her that and just let her know. Say, hey, send us all your people down in Miami and Florida. Because like she's a nurse down there. So it might be some nurses coming through hanging out. You know, nurses is crazy, man. They all tatted up and shit. They might come in and inject you with some motherfucking COVID. No, I'm just kidding. They ain't gonna get you like that. But yeah, so I'll shoot her that. And that way you have some nurses down there, you know, putting word out. They're gonna Google it, check it out, and you're gonna oh, let's go check. This is Devin's dad's homeboy right here, Big C305. Let's go check the lounge out. Let's go see. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get you some traffic down there, brother. I appreciate you supporting the barbecue, man. Much love and respect on that. Thank you so much, man. Like I said, and this right here is what YouTube likes too, because YouTube says this is a channel that really has a strong community. This is a channel that we can really get out there, all of these people. And I want to have like Big C. What I want you to do, man, is one day when I drop the link, I want you to be in the lounge and show people in the link. Oh, thank you, brother. Not again, man. You hit me in the heart, brother. Oh man, much love on that, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, you super sponsoring the chat today, man. I appreciate that, brother. All you guys, man, taking care of it, man. I appreciate that. So, like I said, I want to, when you in the lounge, when you hanging out, let me know. Be like, hey, man, I'm do a live stream Saturday night when it's kind of like this. That way we can pull you up on the screen and you can show us what's going on at the lounge. Show people the menu, show people what's going on there and everything like that, man. So it becomes a little destination spot. The barbecue hanging at the lounge, and we do a remote live stream like that. You'd be like, oh man. And that's what we do, brother. That's what we do. We take care of each other, man. Much love, much support. So like I said, we'll get it done. I said, just let me know when you ready to do a live stream coming straight from the lounge. You let me know, and I'll make sure I'll get on live and everybody be like, dude, I want people in the lounge to tell us about the experience, tell us about everything, and just keep it 100. I was like, man, this is Miami needed this. This is chill right here. Miami needed this. That's what I want to hear. What up, Ice Pipe? Out there doing it. Working now, so work. Okay, cool. Hey, there you go. See, he's not even a driver. Ice Spike, he's just a guy who likes to come in and chill with the barbecue. So he's a guy who supports drivers. He sees what we go through, man. He sees it. I know a young boy to salute Big C for supporting our crusty, dusty habits. I know. Hey, bro, it's getting like that, man. It's summertime now, and Big C, I'm gonna tell you real shit, man, because a lot of people don't talk about it enough. You really took care of me, man, because today I got hit hard. With the $430 I had to pay to register this damn truck today, man. $430 because we don't got property taxes. So, and I wasn't even ready for it. If I would have known, I would have drove more last week. So when that hit me today, I was just like, damn. I had no idea, man, you're gonna come bless us like this, brother. Had no idea he's gonna come bless us like that. I appreciate that, brother, because that really helps. Man. Like I said, I know I got some work to do tonight. I'll be working all through tonight, you know, in the driveway trying to get shit done. But man, when you guys support the barbecue, I can't help but want to give you guys time. I can't help but want to do it. So most def, man, if you guys is out there, like I said, if you were in Miami, make sure you hit up Crew Winwood. That's it. It's Crew Winwood right there. CRUWINWOOD. Hit it up on Google. Find out what the address is. All Uber drivers that come by, giving y'all 50% off. That includes you Lyft dusties too. All you dusty Lyft drivers. See, because I drive Lyft more than I drive Uber. So Uber drivers, you get 50% off. Lyft drivers, since y'all so broke, y'all get 49.9%. $49.99. Man. So most def, go cruise through Miami, man. We gonna get it done, brother. We gonna get it done. I want to live stream from there, man. Oh yes, God is good. I like that, man. So it's like, oh yeah, Florence subcontractor. Ice Pike, you gotta send me an email because I need to figure out, man, how to finish I pulled up all my carpets in the living room. I want to do stone tile in there. I've been watching YouTube videos, but I'm scared to buy the stuff, man. I'm scared. I got to do it one day, but I'm like, man, I'm going to screw my house up. I'm going to try to do it myself. This really does help me in my business. Listen to you while you talk to your business. Oh, we do that, man. A lot of contractors out here. And with you doing flooring and subcontracting and flooring, you understand a lot of what we go through because you've got to do quality control. You got to do pricing. Because if you don't do quality control, you lose clients and you lose product. Because they're going to either want to refund and have you redo something. Plus, you're going to have people trying to redo it again. So you're big on that, man. And we do the same thing with quality control. We make sure our cars stay clean. Our cars stay running. And so if we don't keep everything on the up and up, we're subcontractors that will lose our positions and lose the business out here, man. It's like, cool. So YouTube's also my email. Yeah, we'll lose the business, man. So I appreciate that, man. They salute Mad C. Respect, bro. Man, I'm telling you, man, see, I know he's been busy out there. He's been busy really building, and he's doing something for drivers, y'all. He's doing something for drivers out there. Like I said, he's giving us discounts, man. All we got to do is stop through. If we stop through, man, he's down in Miami. And y'all know when I got to go see my son in Port St. Lucie, you know, the first thing I'm going to do is, hey, how far is Miami? I'm going to have to take a trip down to Miami, and I'm going to do a live stream straight from Crew Wynwood, baby. Let's go. But we're going to have it on live stream. I want to be the first live stream on that you have from, YouTube. You might do your own live stream, but I want to be the first channel, like rideshare channel with drivers, to actually do a live stream with you. Because we support each other over here, man. A lot of these rideshare channels, they're not going to try to support your business like that, man. They're not going to try to put you on it and give you some content to play back and let the crowd in there be like, oh, man, y'all want a live stream. Let's get down and chat. We pulling for your success. So, of course, we're going to put you online. You're going to be on Facebook. You're going to be out there. And we want to help people see where they can go. You want to go support a brother that, he started driving with us. And now he's down there doing it, man. Go down there and support him. Oh, thank you, Kid. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. So, Jeff, I've been sending people to your channel. Thank you, my man. Like I said, YouTube, man, they loves that. YouTube is like, you know what? These guys are a very strong community. And I want to do it, man. Big C, I want to make sure that when we do a live stream, I'm not going to have no music playing on. I want to have all your stuff so people can really see. And you can walk around, narrate it, talk to people. We can ask questions to people in there. They can talk back. And it'll all be good content so you can clip it up and use it in marketing material and stuff like that. That's how we're going to do it, man. Oh, thank you, Greg, my brother Greg. Hey, man, much love and respect on that, man. Thank you, man. You guys are really taking care of me today. I appreciate that, man. Keeping this channel in the algorithm. That's what we're doing, man. Keeping it in the algorithm. And there's a lot of channels out there that's not going to support how we're supporting Big C. A lot of channels wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do it, man. And like I said, I want to be one of those because I've been trying to do a live stream here in Phoenix from a restaurant and from a bar and stuff like that, but nobody want to do it. I'm trying to help support the community here, man. I'm trying to do a live stream from where they don't want to do it. So I'm like, you know what? That's cool. Guess what? We're going to do it in Miami. Big C we're going to remote live stream Big C in when he's at the spot, when he's at the lounge. Crew Wynwood, check it out. Google it. Find out where it is. Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, y'all get 50% off. Cruise in there. Open your app. Be like, hey, bro, I just want to come in and chill for a minute. I'm a driver. All right, bet. Yeah, it's like 4 of us. We just need somewhere to meet up. We need somewhere to talk and hang out for a minute in between rides. Black SUV drivers or whatever. Bam. Come on through. You get half off, man. Half off. And this is how we're going to do it. And I want drivers to go down there so they can end up on the barbecue too. We're going to have everybody, man. This is going to be crazy, bro. This is going to be crazy, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. More kit. But yeah, man, you guys, like I said, I got to end up. I said I was going to get going. It was 2 hours and like 20 minutes. I said, I'm going to get going. We've been going for 30 more minutes. But I'm glad, man. Because like I said, my man Big C came through. Greg came through. More cat played. The way that y'all support this channel, like I said, it's real. and YouTube sees it. A lot of things on YouTube, a lot of channels I see on YouTube, they fizzle out and they fade out because they don't pay attention to the people who actually built this channel, to the people who make YouTube even see this channel. You guys are opening YouTube's eyes because YouTube is a corporation. They don't like dead content. They don't like content that doesn't help people, that doesn't, not only get the views, but get the true support. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said, man, we're over 14,000 subs now. And the more serious we get with this, like today we had DIMZ Dallas on here, a very serious conversation today, a very serious conversation. And I hope you guys take her lesson to heart, get a pen and paper, jot down everything she said, figure out exactly how to prove that there's a discrepancy in what you got on your 1099 versus what they got put in your bank account. And that's where you start. This lady is putting money in your pocket. You come to the barbecue, you're going to eat, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. But thank you, Greg. I appreciate you, brother. Say quality care done right. Kendall Regional Medical Center. And I want you guys to know, man, says, yes, I'll take it to 20K. let's do it. Let's get it up to 20K, man. Let's do it. I think this channel right here. Now, I got it also running on JWatch TV. I'm going to invest some time in the JWatch TV to kind of help build that because there's different topics I want to cover over there than what we cover over here. But like I said, man, we built something crazy special over here. Just to know that drivers now, they see driving as an opportunity. They look at the door. When they're driving down the street, they look out the door as opportunities to make money now. When we used to open the door, first thing we would do is look at our apps. And we see the rides coming through. And we get discouraged. Now we see the apps popping and we say, you know what? I'm going to convert some of these. I'm going to get me some clients tonight. Our main goal for all the drivers out there, our main goal almost feels like we want to get people in our cars paying us directly now. It's like the apps know they have a battle, man. They have a battle because they created monsters in all of us. They created poverty through pushing everybody to be on these ragged ass apps. And now it's to the point where we're like, we're going to get paid by our community and we're going to take care of our community while we do it. And that sustains us over a while. And now we're all taking care of each other. I mean, the fact that this channel is still going at the rate it's going right now. And like I said, and Big C, he's coming in the mix and he's like, man, you know what? I got the lounge open. This channel can be marketing material for him because we're going to do a live stream and we're going to have, hopefully drivers in there, hopefully people in there so we can chop it up with them so we can see how they do it in Miami. So when we go to Miami, we can be like, hey, man, I'm going to come down and check it out, man. And they see drivers growing, drivers expanding, drivers doing different things other than just investing in the tires and brakes nonstop, driving 100,000 miles a year. We're expanding to do something else. Oh, yeah. They didn't expect us to fight back like this. They was like, man, if we just keep lowering the rates and if we threaten them that we're going to leave Minnesota, all that did was open our eyes. Threatening to leave Minnesota, it just opened our eyes. We're like, okay, this is the game they playing. All right, bet. Oh, we're going to leave. Okay, we see how you're doing it. We're going to have all private clients anyway, so leave if you want to, and we just make the money without y'all. We're trying to work with y'all, but y'all leave. It's a done deal. But man, yeah, man, I appreciate you guys, man, coming on this live stream today. This was an amazing live stream. Thank you guys so much. Really, from the bottom of my heart, man, really thank you guys for taking care of this live. And hopefully YouTube sees this live stream as the stepping stone of where we need to get this channel to be. And they get us out there in the algorithm and we can reach more drivers, reach more riders. DIMZ let us talk to her riders today. So hopefully they get the barbecue and we put them on. And they say, hey, man, if you want to be on the barbecue, get you a private driver. Next thing, everybody's going to be like, oh, man, I'm going to get a private driver so I can be on the barbecue. So driver's going to be like, bro, somebody asked me if I had a card and if I knew the barbecue. And they said, well, can you get me on? Everybody gonna be requesting cars from us, and we might have to do that. If this channel gets super big, we gotta start putting our on the bottom of our cards something like the barbecue or the 300 or something like that on the bottom of our card. So when they get it from a driver, they're like, oh, so you a part of the 300? You one of them? You a part of the 300, huh? Yeah, I'm a part of the 300. I bet that's all I need to know. It's like, hey, I got another driver. He's on the 300 too. Check this shit out. Like, damn, I know him. Yep, came out. Fair, you stupid DIMZ. So it came out windmill and hit it with the 1, 2, 3 knockout. They were like, ping, ping, ping. Now what's that, Kendrick? That Kendrick's bing, 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 bow. Something like that. Hit him with the bing, bing, bow, bing, bing. So, that right there, man. That right there is funny as hell. But no, man. All right, we're at about 3 hours right now, so I appreciate you guys to rock with me for this 3 hours. This was one of the best live streams I've been on in a long time, man. I think the only other comparable live stream had to be at least like 3-4 years ago. This live stream right now was legit, straight legit, man. This was good. This was good, man. So I appreciate you guys for hyping this thing up, livening up, showing the support, opening up the YouTube gates and saying, hey, man, get the barbecue out there. Stop screwing with us. Because pretty soon they gonna see us. And when they see us, like I said, they know we coming. We coming for all of our money. We coming for what this industry owes us. DIMZ today taught you how to go to the FBI and to go to your labor board, labor force. Go get what's owed to you. We coming for our money. We come look at those 1099s. Go for your money. And on that note, much love, much respect, man. You guys, Greg, my man, Big C, Morquette, my man, y'all really took care of me there, man. I appreciate it, man. Ron, my man, go get Ron Thomas. My brother Thomas was out there, man. Thank you guys. Darius, my man, Darius, he came through. Charvel, thank you, Charvel, for the love too. My man Brian D, thank you. Appreciate all you do, my man. And Greg, yeah, Greg hit me up already. Okay, I see you, my man. And y'all know once my man Big C, don't forget, if you're down in Miami, hit up Crew Winwood. All Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, 50% off. And we will be doing a live stream remote from there. As soon as he gives me the green light, we live streaming from the lounge, man. It's going to be the barbecue meets the Miami lounge. Crew Winwood down Miami, man. We going to get it done. We going to get it done. So much love and respect, y'all. I'm going to check you guys out later. It's time to go out and get some work done. I gotta go grab me something to eat. I made me some Chinese rice. Let me go grab me some homemade Chinese rice. Much love, y'all. Thank you so much once again for another great live stream. I will be checking y'all out later. Let's get it done, baby. Let's get it done.